Reels to Rants podcast.
Welcome to episode 4 of From Reels to Rants.
Episode 4, baby.
Where we discuss things from the silver screen.
And rant about everything in between.
I'm Walk.
I'm Dawk.
Let's get into it. So this week we're doing Aliens Romulus. Is it Alien Romulus or Aliens
no
Romulus?
S,
Okay.
which is also an extremely good point.
Yeah.
The only movie in this series that had the S
was the second.
2.
Yeah, Aliens. Right.
Yeah.
So Alien Romulus, taking place after Alien, the first one, but before Aliens, the second one.
Yep.
So the timeline, Alien takes place in 2122. Alien Romulus takes place in 2142. So Ripley's probably off in cryosleep somewhere.
Yep, somewhere.
Somewhere. We don't know, but we know the Nostromo. Nostromo?
Yeah, Nostromo.
Nostromo, yeah. Nostromo was somewhere fucked. But anyway,
Literally
so
fucked.
we'll get into that. First things first, we always love to start our episodes off with Screen Scramble.
I'm gonna win this week again.
We've added some, we've made some
Loosen
tweaks. Hello, give us a medium level movie.
All right, buckle up for a weird ride. Imagine a world where I'm a super grumpy guy who really hates my job and wishes my life had, well, a bit more color. So I team up with a bunch of people who are sort of like me, same goals, same lack of motivation, you know? Together, we're plotting a little scheme to stick it to the man in the slowest, most monotonous way possible. Let's just say there's a lot of whining, a printer that gets absolutely destroyed, and some questionable dance moves involved. Can you guess the title and who I am?
Is the movie Office Space?
Ding, ding, ding. Nailed it, my
Good
friend.
one.
Office Space it is. You've got the title locked down, but now here's the real kicker.
Oh, shit.
Who am I?
I've never seen Office Space.
I forget the character's name. It's the main character. Is it Ben?
Oh, bold move guessing without seeing it. Respect. Now, let me paint a clearer picture. I'm a total misery magnet who's stuck in a soul-crushing office job, constantly annoyed by my clueless boss and dreaming of a way out. I end up in a kind of zen-like state, caring even less about work, and it makes me do some pretty wild things. I even go rogue with a couple of my coworkers. Also, my name, very ordinary, but let's just say I'm anything but a typical office worker. Any guesses on who I might be?
I know the movie is Office Space, and I have seen it. I just can't remember the person's name.
Peter Gibbons?
I think I hear the sound of a brain buffering. You're circling the answer like a printer with a paper jam.
Is it Peter?
All right, I'll throw you a bone. My name's as common as they come. Think of a guy who's perpetually stuck and rhymes with eater.
Yep.
Got it?
Google the fuck out that.
Yep, got it. It's Peter Gibbons.
Google.
Ah, you went and did a little consulting with the almighty Google.
How the fuck did they know that?
Because you said that. She can hear
I'm
you.
the master of apathetic office rebellion, bringing chaos to cubicles everywhere. You got it, champ. Thanks for persistence.
Let's go with hard level on TV show.
Ooh, stepping it up to hard. All right, here we go. I'm just a regular guy, you know? Or at least I was until I started having visions. And I'm talking full-on, creepy-crawly, can't-sleep at night kind of stuff. So what do? I figure out that these visions are actually clues. Clues to terrible things that are going to happen. But every time I try to stop it, things just get weirder and darker. I'm stuck in this nightmare, constantly looking over my shoulder, piecing things together. Oh, and let's just say, I'm not the only one keeping secrets around here. Any guesses on the show and who I am?
Is it Heroes?
Ooh, interesting guess. But no,
That's
not
where I was
yours.
at with it,
Nice
too.
try, though. Think darker and way more eerie, with a small-town twist. There's no one flying around here, just a whole lot of creepy vibes and mysterious visions.
Did the show come on Fox?
Bingo, you're onto something. Yes, this eerie ride did air on Fox. Starting to see the picture? Or should I say the visions?
It's on the tip of my tongue. I used to watch it with Mom.
Oh, I can feel it. You're so close. It's right there.
Pause.
Just waiting to be plucked.
I can feel
Picture
it.
a town that's dripping in mystery, with strange events lurking around every corner.
Fuck was.
And me, I'm the poor soul haunted by visions, stumbling my way through this twisted reality. Come on, give it a shot. Let that answer roll off your tongue.
Hint.
Give us a hint.
All right, here's a little nudge. The town I'm in, it's got a reputation, and I mean a weird one. Everyone around here's got secrets, and I'm knee-deep in unraveling them. Plus, there's a certain psychiatrist in town who isn't exactly making things easier. Getting warmer?
No.
Nah, give us another hint. This is a good one.
All right, you got it. Here's a juicy hint. My name's Johnny, and while I was supposed to have a normal life, I got into a car accident that changed everything. Now I've got this unsettling gift where just a touch shows me things no one else can see. And trust me, it's not all rainbows and puppies.
It's not
Got
that.
it now?
No, I really don't.
Stumped. Give us the answer.
Hey, give us the answer. I'm stumped.
All right, drum roll please. The answer is the Dead Zone. I'm Johnny Smith, the unlucky guy
Never
with
seen
visions of doom and gloom. Adapted from
Yeah,
a Stephen
Mom
King
used to watch the
novel,
jump.
this show has me solving mysteries and wrestling with my creepy gift, one cryptic vision at a time. Thanks for hanging in there. This one was definitely a brain bender.
One more
Yes,
horror movie.
let's do another hard level movie.
All right, here we go with another tough one. Picture this. I'm just a regular guy living my low-key life when out of nowhere, I get sucked into a bizarre new world. Suddenly, I'm surrounded by all these odd creatures and colorful personalities. Some of them are friendly, some are, well, not so much. My main goal, just to survive and get back home. But it's not as simple as it sounds because, oh boy, there's magic involved, and I end up having to pull off some wild stunts just to make it through. Let's just say I'm no hero, but I have to act like one. Any guesses on the title and who I am?
I muted it so we could talk.
Fuck no.
Okay. I'm like, what kind of isekai movie is this? Sucked into another world. Okay.
Yeah.
Magic. Can I have a hint, please?
Of course, here's a hint to get you closer. I'm not exactly a warrior type, but let's just say I have a knack for making friends in strange places. And I'm not talking about the human kind. In fact, one of my best pals in this world is way smaller than me and loves to fly around, lighting things up.
Is it Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy? Is it Guardian?
Oh, good guess, but no, not even close. Think less space, more fantasy. And remember, I'm not a big, brave hero like those guys. I'm more of an average Joe thrown into a magical mess, just trying to find my way back home.
Is this an animated?
Still stumped?
Is this movie animated or is it live action?
Ah, good question. This one's animated. It's got that classic fantasy adventure vibe with all kinds of magical creatures and a big journey ahead of me.
Nope.
I think I made it too tough this week.
You might have.
What? Give me another hint about the character.
Haha, maybe I did crank up the difficulty. All right, here's a big hint about me, the character. I'm tiny, really tiny. In fact, I'm about the size of a bug, and I didn't start out like that. Something magical shrank me down to this size, and now I'm stuck navigating a world where everything is suddenly huge and kind of terrifying. Sound familiar now?
The Spiderwick Chronicles?
Wasn't animated.
Ooh, close, but nope. Think less creepy creatures, more enchanted forest vibes. I've got a cute little firefly friend, and I'm basically the smallest human around trying to find my way home. I'll give you one last hint. There's a toad with a terrible temper after me. Does that ring any bells?
The Princess and the Frog?
Absolutely not.
Oh, interesting shot, but no, not quite. Think smaller. I'm not in New Orleans, and I'm definitely not a prince. I'm more like a teeny tiny guy trying to escape a magical forest filled with talking insects, frogs, and yes, one very cranky toad. All right, final reveal, it's Thumbelina. I'm the fairy prince Cornelius. trying to help Thumbelina survive her wild journey back to safety.
So that
This one was a true test. Thanks for hanging in there.
Fuck Thumbelina.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tweak it again because I like the idea of the doing the persona, but I think it takes too much away from like what the plot of the movie is and looking at it from a different person's like the different person's perspective, because like that's what threw me off. I was like, I wasn't thinking about Thumbelina. Fun. So
We suck.
yeah, facts. This week was rough. I mean, she's funnier a little bit. Movie breakdown. What are we doing?
The synopsis.
Oh yeah, synopsis. Alien Romulus. All right, so this is set 20 years after Alien. Follows a young colony. They stumble upon. Well, they don't stumble upon. They thought it was a ship, and so obviously 2 spoilers.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. If you haven't seen it, now's the time. So they, it centers around Rain. She's on some colony planet. They don't say what. She's trying to get off, and then, gets told basically she can't. Like any corporation, I assume, in this dystopian future where the corporations run everything, they're like, oh yeah, you thought you were good. Now we're cranking up your required work hours to 24,000, or basically doubling her time. And so then she gets a shout from one of her friends and is like, hey, we found this ship. It's abandoned. It's a Weyland-Yutani ship.
Yep.
And your boy, he's a Weyland synth, so we're going to use him to get on and get access. And, we'll go into the deepers of that. But basically it's, your typical feeling stuck, find a way out. You've really got no other choice. And now we're going to kick off everything from there.
Yep. This movie, Alien Romulus, was directed by Fede Alvarez, produced in part by Walter Hill, Michael Pruss, and Ridley Scott. The OG came back for this one. It's starring Cailee, Spaeny, Isabela, Moner, Archie, Renaux, and David Jonsson. I am not afraid to admit I don't know who none of these motherfuckers are.
The guy who played Andy. I've seen him in some other things.
David Jonsson.
Yeah, David Jonsson. Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize the name. I've never seen. I was looking.
Yeah.
All these new actors.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. It's good. It's nice to see actors that are different, that are new, because a lot of the times, especially when you're getting into like your like Marvel movies or your like expanded universe, it's like, okay, I can only I'm sorry, but Robert Downey Jr. is always going to be Iron Man to me, no matter what. Tobey Maguire will always be Spider-Man. I tried to watch Gatsby, and I'm like, what the fuck is Peter Parker doing in this? Like, I couldn't wrap my head around something else. Hugh Jackman is always going to be Wolverine.
Yeah, he is the Wolverine.
So, like, I like seeing fresh, new actors. I like seeing... that was the refreshing part about this for me, was like, it was new. It was different. It wasn't people that I expected. Outside of, what we'll get into, but seeing,
Ian Holm.
Yeah. Rook.
Yeah. Rook / Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when the movie was first starting up, the breakdown of the 20th century films was dope as a bitch.
Yeah.
Kind of broke the mold, went to the green shit.
Yep.
Kind of digitized. I was like, cool, this shit's fuckwoodable.
What I liked about how they did this too was it very much felt like the original Alien movie. Like the way they filmed it, the way they did everything, like it was
Ridley Scott.
It was high def. It was, it was crisp. It was clean, but like it still had that like 1979 feel to it. Like that was really, really dope about this movie.
Now, first rant of the episode. They're in space. Weyland-Yutani ship is in space. You see the wreckage of the blown part,
the Nostromo.
Nostromo, right? Weyland-Yutani has got to be the dumbest fucking corporation in the face that the galaxy has ever seen.
Why?
They have been fucking with aliens for 200 plus years.
Yeah.
And then what was funny about it?
Is it 200?
Yeah.
Because Prometheus was 2089.
Before Prometheus ever even came into the factor of everything, right? Remember Weyland-Yutani was in Alien vs. Predator.
Okay, hold on. Because Here's the thing, though, and we were going to get to this in there. Aliens are canon in the Predator universe.
Mm-hmm.
They are not. Predators are not canon in the Alien universe.
Okay.
So that's in the Alien universe. They haven't been back there since then, because Predator
cool. Weyland-Yutani was still there.
But what I'm saying is that Alien versus Predator is not part of the Alien cinematic universe.
Okay, cool.
So I don't want to kill the rant vibe, but this was part of mine. I was like, wait, I thought there was a major plot hole in Prometheus, because I'm like, wait a second, Alien. If David was the creator of the modern, we'll call it the modern day xenomorph, right? Like the perfected xenomorph, right? Because clearly there had been some experiments that the engineers were doing.
Yeah,
but
that was the Prometheus fire.
Yeah. So that was my thing. Was like, okay, wait, because I got real confused. I'm watching Prometheus again, and I'm like, wait a second, hold on. If this is 2089, how were these motherfuckers back in 2001? Right. And so then I started doing some research. In the Predator universe, aliens or xenomorphs are canon. They've been around. The Yautja have come across them. But in the Alien universe, Predators are not.
Okay.
They're not. At least there's been no mention of or gleaned, connection between them. Yeah. I would love to see that. And I've got some theories on this too and how they could do that. But yeah, so to clear that up, Predators are not canon in the Alien universe. So I don't disagree that Weyland-Yutani is a dumbass fucking corporation.
Fucking dumb.
But less than 200 years, probably only about 90? What is it? 2089 plus 21?
Are we talking about just this movie or the entire Alien universe?
I mean, from Prometheus on, right? So think of Prometheus as the first one. So that means you have to
include Alien Resurrection, which... By the time Alien Resurrection came out, because I went back and watched that shit too.
Okay, fair. I didn't watch Alien Resurrection again.
Weyland-Yutani got bought out by fucking Walmart.
That's hilarious.
It was in the director's cut version of it, which the director's cut version of Aliens Resurrection was fucking stupid. Like, a whole lot of other shit is added to the movie.
Aliens Resurrection was kind of stupid in my opinion.
Agreed. I love seeing Sigourney Weaver back.
I mean, of course.
My girl.
Sigourney Weaver's the GOAT.
The theory of the movie was solid. It was just poorly executed.
Bring her back and,
Yeah, like, again, I fucked with Alien Resurrection. I watched it again last night, too, because I just wanted to get the vibe of the movie all over again. And Alien Resurrection, like I said, what the movie could have been, storyline-wise, was good.
Yeah.
It was just over-the-top acting and dumb shit. Like, even some of the jokes were stupid. But like I said, when they were like, some from Weyland-Yutani, like, yeah, they haven't been around in like 400 years after Walmart bought them out. I said Walmart? Of all things.
Still kicking?
Right.
You know what else was still kicking in that movie? This was one of my Easter eggs.
Reeboks.
So I'm wearing the Reeboks, baby. I was like, oh.
Which kind of pissed me off, too, because, for the Alien Romulus movie, they released the stomped Alien Romulus Reeboks that Rain had on. The Reeboks in the junk were the same ones that Bishop had on in Aliens. I should have bought them shits. Like,
that would have been sweet.
Yeah, the reselling the motherfuckers are like $500 now.
Oh, yeah, no, I ain't got that.
I might do it. And the box is dope as shit, too. But, yeah, all I had to say, like, as a company, why are you still... Like, I get that you're building better worlds. You're really not. Like, you're fucking worlds up.
Yeah.
Like, even in Aliens... when they were talking about the device that they used to help terraform the planet and help create the atmosphere that people could breathe on, like, that's why Aliens 2 or Aliens, it was always storming, because I forgot what they called the thing, but it was fucking up the environment.
Yeah.
So it's breathable for humans, but now it's always raining and lightning and storming all the time.
Yeah.
When it came down to the start of the movie, because we're jumping all around all over again. Started the movie again. As soon as it was coming up, and it showed that she was like sitting on like a horizon and seeing the sunset and everything, or sunrise. And then woke up. I was like, you know how fucked up your life's got to be that you dream of a sunrise.
I mean,
and then they later told you that the planet does not have a sunrise. Like, you never see the sun on that planet. But as the movie starts going for the opening, where it's introducing everybody, It was dope to me that they programmed Andy to have dad jokes.
Well,
of all things.
Well, her dad. So if you think about it, her dad did the program, which is funny. I did like that too. And at first, that's where because like they don't show you him. I didn't think he was a synth until he started like, glitching, and I'm like, oh, okay. So who programmed the dad jokes was my first thought.
So, do you want to wait to get into my hot take rant, or do you want me to drop it on you right now? This shit is mind blowing.
Okay, let's just do it now because I can't wait. I don't like surprises.
Wayland Yutani was racist.
Okay. Wasn't Wayland?
They made the sense.
No, yeah, but is that Pierce Brosnan's character from Prometheus? Is that Wayland?
Supposed to be.
Okay.
The reason I say this, and it comes up later in the movie, right? It took Chip from Rook to make Andy super athletic, smarter, everything. He recognized him as an older model synth. So essentially what you're saying is the older model synths were black. And the company used the black ones to help build the civilization of colonies.
Yeah.
And then replace them with white ones.
Yeah, that seems very racist.
I said, get the fuck out of here. Like,
I mean,
when he said this shit, like, as the movie was going, like, when they essentially upgraded the CPU, I was looking at it and I was like, nah, that can't be what this is. They wouldn't say no shit like this. And then later on in the movie, when the face fuckers were after them, the face fuckers, they turned around and was like, Andy, and Andy was gone.
Right.
I heard you in my mind, like, what's going on? He was like, yeah, like, it's a pleasure to meet you. Like, the colony was built off of you.
Yeah. So
what the fuck is going on, yo? Wayland Yutani were their future slave owners.
That is a great correlation and like piece together. To be honest, I didn't think of that until you said it, but like I was thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, that is super fucking racist.
Yeah.
But think about that also is a play on just corporations in general. Their only goal is to make money by any means necessary. And so when you look at
black money,
but just slave labor in general, yes, that correlation for them, for Andy being black is all, but also with Homegirl, she goes to she's like, I worked my hours, I'm done, and
12,000 hours.
They're like, nah, we upped it.
And she upped it right in front of her.
Oh yeah, facts. She did it right in front of her. But that's what I'm saying. It's like,
nah, the company said you'll be done in like 6 more years, bitch.
Yeah, you'll be done. So like, it just goes to the fact of like that like dystopian where it's like the corporations are taking over and they're, we're seeing it now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I'm not this made by fucking slaves, like
in Kuwait.
Like what are you gonna do though?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's the option, and it's fucking better than an Android. So
in most cases, because I still have both.
But
also what I thought was dope too. In the movie, well, it wasn't dope. It was the things that stand the test of time. Right. This is 65 light years away from Earth. Essentially, is what the breakdown at the bottom of the screen said. One of the things you motherfuckers take from Earth is 3-card Monty. Like Reebok Classics, motherfucking Chuck Taylors, and 3-card Monty.
Yeah.
That's what you want to take from Earth?
Yeah.
But a pain point that I had.
You know why they do stuff like that though? I've always had this theory of why, like, obviously because they're manufacturers and like it's a brand.
Yeah.
So like the brands. But also too, I think so that you can, as the person watching, put yourself into the movie. Like, there's things you recognize. Everybody knows what 3-card Monty is. Everybody knows that 3-card Monty is a fucking scam.
Yeah.
Right? It's also funny that the synth didn't know that. He's like, how else am I going to get money? She's like, it's a fucking scam. He's like, well, like he didn't know.
Yeah, the money's never under the card.
Right. So I thought that was another subtle trick too. Maybe this was, maybe it wasn't, to just kind of show how like off Andy was a little bit. Like he's not all there.
Which I didn't like that shit either.
Yeah.
Making the black person look bad.
Listen, right. But
like you made him the R word. you made him the R word. He was functional, but he was the R word. He's fucked up.
Yeah, he's old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a broken down slave. It's fucked up. That shit pissed me off so goddamn bad.
What was even worse too was like how she was just gonna just let old boy go. Like we ain't even got there yet. she wasn't about to say nothing to her brother. Like you spent all this time rebooting him and like caring about him.
I got that shit all up in my notes, bro.
But then, you let that little fucking British bastard
Bjorn?
Yeah, Bjorn.
Mother.
He should have gone a lot worse than he did. He got the easy out, in my opinion. He got the easy out.
Bjorn pissed me.
Yeah. Well,
off.
Okay, and
we'll get there.
We've got to get there. But so the current themes right now is like obviously Wayland. We know that Weyland-Yutani Corporation is dirtbags.
Yeah,
they're fucking with shit that they're
slave owners.
Be. Fucking with shit that they shouldn't be. They created the synths. Which is the whole problem that there is the reason that they're in where they are now.
Yes,
fucking because of David. David
went loopy.
Yeah. Well, because you know why though? You know why David went loopy?
No.
Because they tried David. So they called it out in Alien Covenant when the other David, the not, the version after David, right? Because David was the first version. Weyland-Yutani made David that model more human. Okay. They could create things. You remember that? That's the whole problem. They could create things, and so you have people who are creative, and we have the way to think, we're conscious, those kinds of things, right? And so then you have artificial intelligence, where artificial intelligence,
ChatGPT.
I mean, yeah, right. It's not quite there yet, but it mimics what people can do. It can obviously think faster, it can compute faster, clearly. But really, like to correlate, like even compared to AI, what we have now, it's just a language generator, right? Remember back in the day on like the word programs, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy river, right?
Yeah.
Because it should, like all that ChatGPT and AI do now is they predict what comes next. David's problem was, and he even calls it out in Alien Covenant, he's like, you scared them because you were, it was when he was playing the flute, he shows him the reed flute and he starts playing and he's like, the downfall, you can't create. And he was like, that's why people,
he was like, you put your lips on it, I'm gonna just finger it.
Right. Pause.
David was also gay.
Yeah, well, but so that's the thing is like David, he had his burden was to create.
Yeah.
Because that's what he was made for, was to be creative, to mimic humans. But that's the other part of this whole like theme of the Alien movies, I think, is like when you try to play God, it backfires.
All the time.
You know what I mean? And so you have like the xenomorphs would not be here if David just didn't keep, like if he had.
Yes and no. The xenomorphs not have been there if humans weren't trying to overstep by way of Weyland-Yutani.
Oh, of course.
Because remember in Covenant when they got off, the reason that only reason that the aliens ever first got born was because they were stepping through random shit, and the Prometheus fire came up and he sniffed it.
Yep.
And now I have your DNA.
Yeah.
Shit was crazy.
That part too. Well, but again, that's because of David.
Yeah. Which also was a bad part of the movie too.
He set they go and they're going to kill all the engineers. So like they get to that planet and they drop all the WMDs basically and wipe everything out.
Yeah.
And so again, had they not got there and had he been done, obviously you have no other movies. But
yeah.
So it all goes back to that crazy ass motherfucker. Where were we?
Another random part I had in the movie.
I
hate this was right before you met Bjorn when she got told that she had to work 25,000 more hours. I hate that the only black person in the movie, Andy, was then unceremoniously beat by white people. He got beat, and then the white meat, the synthetic blood came out.
Yeah,
and again, it's fucked up.
It is.
And again, the third rewatch of the movie, I watched the movie like 5 times. I ain't bullshitting. But I start making different correlations. Like the first time I watch it, I don't want to critique it. I don't want to break anything. I just want to enjoy the movie. Mm-hmm. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. That's when I really start digging through the meat and potatoes in the movie. And one thing that kind of
that many?
No, I just like watching movies. The correlation thing that kind of came up right is the movie itself is called Aliens, however you want to kind of break
Alien,
down.
Romulus, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're not talking extraterrestrial, what is an alien? Somebody that's somewhere they weren't supposed to be or born.
Weren't originated.
Yeah. You bring Andy to a place where he was not supposed to be. Mm-hmm. He's an alien.
Yeah.
People have a tendency, and this comes on my Dawk talk. People have a tendency to fear what they don't know or understand. So if everybody around my circle is white, this alien shouldn't be here. This black guy shouldn't be here. And they beat him. Yeah. Piss me off.
The other side of that too, though, is like even with David,
yeah,
they're just not me. You know what I mean? They're not human.
So are you saying that if you knew a David, you wouldn't fuck with him?
First of all, I have a very different. So this will be my kind of rant too, because I have a very different viewpoint of like artificial intelligence going from like it's always going to be the thing, right? So I'm a big watcher of like Joe Rogan's podcast.
I do too.
He talks about like all the tech stuff of like how we're like the birth givers of artificial intelligence, right? Because we created it.
It's gonna end up killing us,
right? Well, I don't agree.
Skynet.
I don't agree.
Skynet.
Think about humans and people. What do?
We work.
No.
We feel.
We get to a place. Let's say like the Americas.
Where niggas are lazy.
What do we do to the indigenous people?
Don't get me started.
Listen. All that to say is that we personify things like us based on how we think or what we think we would do.
Right.
Right? So I don't necessarily have enough to say that like, or enough obviously knowledge or thoughts to say like AI is not going to kill us, or they are. I think
Skynet.
Stop. We put that on ourselves, or that thought, because that's what historically people have done.
Yeah.
They go to a place where they're the
minority,
stronger, but where they're the stronger, or not necessarily stronger, but like we have more technological advancement, right? Just like we think an alien civilization that's more technologically advanced with us would come over and try to take over us.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily know that, but
it ain't gonna happen. Aliens are like, these fuckers are stupid. Right. Moving on.
Leave these fucking monkeys and dip, right?
Fucking monkey. Yeah, right. Like, that's exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is like with AI, I think obviously we need to be careful. We need to make sure that we're like not using it for the wrong reasons, but like
it's definitely being used for the wrong reasons somewhere.
There's always bad actors though. I mean, as a general people, like, like I use it to make myself more efficient, to do fun stuff like screen scramble. Like if we use it the right way. But so going back to the question you had said, like if David, I'm going to treat the person based off of their actions, right? David was creepy from the beginning.
Yes.
He was. Regardless.
But he was a computer with no emotion.
Right.
That's why he was weird.
Yeah.
But with artificial intelligence, it learns by what you do to it and around it.
It learns to emulate.
Right. So if you are treating people with respect, if you're showing love to people, if you're being downright dirty and disgusting,
he learned from.
He's gonna be oh, these motherfuckers don't care about themselves. I don't care either.
Right? Yeah. No. Exactly. Yeah. They're basically children.
Yeah.
They learn by.
They're sponges, and that was always the thing that kind of threw me. It comes up later in the movie too. Science officers is what Rook and Ash were, and Bishop. They were science officers. Yeah. So Weyland-Yutani programmed them that if things go left, your contingency is to save the company. Fuck everybody.
Facts.
Get this. Yeah. Get it back to us.
Because you're a product of your property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, this also just solidifies the fact that Weyland-Yutani is like the worst fucking company in the known galaxy.
I wasn't disagreeing with you.
And that's why they were bought out by fucking Walmart. Anyway.
That's why I don't shop there.
Right. But the craziest thing about it too was like, and it came up in a super quick scene. Like it happened. Like when I go back and rewatch and break down movies, I pause a lot because I gotta take my notes. Right, I don't want to miss anything. I already use subtitles, so I don't want to miss anything. I just so happily paused it inside the movie where when you finally meet Bjorn and the rest of the people, they were playing like a game. It looked like a Aliens game. The shit was 8-bit. So you're fucking telling me 300 years from now we've reverted back? There's no PlayStation 38 out by then. It was a fucking 8-bit game. This shit was old Nintendo.
Yeah. Where were they?
They were on the ship.
But they were on a planet.
Yeah. It was
barely being
bit.
And I know, but like the atmosphere of that is like, think about it from like the colony perspective. You go to a place and you're born there. Those kids are effectively slaves. They're slave labor. They ain't gonna have no PS5. They ain't gonna have no, because probably that's gonna be, whatever their currency is.
8-bit though.
It's probably cheaper. I don't know.
300 years later.
Listen.
You're not finna have 8-bit.
Yes, I'll agree. It's a little strange. It's a little weird, but I think from where was I going with this? From a aesthetic perspective, it fit
Because of the wasteland,
right?
But it was just dumb.
Yeah,
dumb addition to the movie. I had to point out many times throughout this movie that I fucking.
Well, hold on, go back though. So. If that's all you had though, you wasn't gonna get in on the 8-bit game though?
Nah. Ask me why.
Why?
I'm fucking all day. I'm going in, putting in my 8 hours in the coal mine. When I get out, I'm fucking. Yeah. Fuck this 8-bit game. I'm fucking.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Which the fucking comes up later too. I have a crazy ass theory, but that's later on. Like I said, I said it multiple times throughout the second, third, and fourth rewatch of this movie. I fucking hate Bjorn. Even suffice his assholish nature as a character, I would have busted his ass a long time. Like, this is Tyler's cousin. Tyler and Kay's cousin.
Yeah.
You let this nigga swing off the handles way too often.
Yeah.
He says whatever the fuck he wants to, and Bjorn, relax. No, I would have fucking punched Bjorn in his face like 5 times. Even at the beginning of the movie when you first meet him and shit, like he's mad disrespectful to Andy. Like, super disrespectful to him. The thing that kind of pissed me off about it was, even on a background side of things, like, you can't be reckless into the shit that you're saying. Like, you need Andy's help. So the purpose of all this is, if Rain isn't coming, we have to convince her to let us borrow Andy, which is still fucked up. You have to let him borrow this guy to help us run this ship real quick. You need his help.
Right.
Cool. Stop fucking up the plan by belittling him in front of Rain. Like, you're doing all this shit isn't gonna help us.
Right. For what?
Shut the fuck up, Bjorn. Like, again, I can only speak from a standpoint of who I am as a person. If that was my cousin, in the middle of that conversation, I would have slapped the shit out of him. Just right in his face.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we need Rain. We need Andy. We're not going to get these cryopods and essentially be, we're about to be illegal aliens in a whole nother galaxy that's 9 years away of cryosleep. We're not going to be able to get there if we don't have Andy's help. So even if later on we plan on not taking Andy with us, he doesn't need to know that.
Right.
But again, that's on a standpoint of Tyler.
Right.
Because he was an asshole too, which... hot take coming later because I didn't like his ass either. So they explained the plan and everything. I thought it was funny. Famous last words. 30 minutes or less. That's all we need. We'll be back on the ship in 30 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
Like,
you put any unnecessary timeline on something, everything's gonna go to shit.
Yeah. And like, of course you've seen Scream. Like, that's the equivalent of in any scary movie. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, you don't say I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You never say that.
You never say, we'll be in and out in 30 minutes. Yeah, you're fucking dead.
I'll see you when I see you. If they had never touched the system and just let the gravity be what it was, they'd all be alive.
Yeah, also very true. Because
once they reboot the system and the temperature started to drop and those things thawed out,
it's a wrap for you. And we'll get to that later because I thought this shit was dope. Like, in all of the Alien franchise movies, the face fuckers, they never explained anything of how they reacted. Nope. This one, they finally was like, it's based off of heat and sound because they don't have eyes.
Right.
So, in all the movies, and again, I went back and watched them. How did they always know exactly and tactically where to drop their dick off in you?
Yeah.
It was always like, how improbable is it that it's always finding where your face is?
Right.
It picks up your heat. It picks up that your sound came from this way. I'm coming straight for you.
Yeah.
That shit was dope
They're
as a
the
bitch,
perfect
yo.
beings.
Yeah. Well, I don't call them perfect like this. They're face fuckers.
Yeah. But
They literally hug your face and drop a dick in your throat. Comes up later, which is really funny for me.
Come.
Yeah. You didn't play the game, but Alien Isolation, the second one, it's in production now.
Yeah.
So
Where does Isolation take place?
Isolation takes place around the time of Romulus.
Is it on the Romulus ship?
No.
Okay.
But the reason I say that is because Sigourney Weaver's daughter in the movie, Ellen Ripley's daughter, I think her name's like Rebecca Ripley.
Okay. In which movie?
And so, did you see the director's cut version of Aliens?
No.
And the director's cut version of Aliens, when they thaw her out, like the beginning of the movie.
Right.
And I can't remember his name. The curly haired fucker. He was the bad guy in the movie too. Like he was the one that worked for Weyland-Yutani who tried to get. Yeah. Paul Reiser.
Okay.
His character, when he was in the room talking to her, like she was like, "How long have I been sleeping?" She was like, "Well, what years?" It's like, "You've been sleeping for like 57 years." And oh shit, I have a daughter. Like, what happened to my daughter? Well, we're sad to say that she died. She never had kids. But here's a picture of her, which again, super sweet callback. And when they showed the picture of old daughter,
right,
it was actually Sigourney Weaver's mother in real life.
Okay.
That played her daughter. Like, so it was dope. But the way that Alien Isolation came about is my mom made a promise to me I'd be back before your 9th birthday. Right. I think it was 9th birthday. Might have been 8th. But I'll be back from the Nostromo shit before your 9th birthday. We'll do all this fun shit. She never came back.
Of course.
So now, like, from me being 9 years old, whenever I can join Federation and go into outer space, I'm going to find out what happened to my mom.
Right.
So when Rebecca Ripley's like 23, she goes looking for her mom. She finds a derelict spaceship that has one singular alien on it. That's why it's called Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
She never finds her mother. But the second one is now being produced. The game, I'm going to play that shit. I can't wait till this come out. But I think that what they can also now do is Alien Romulus, because that's around the time that Rebecca went into space. That would be a great time to now make a live-action Alien Isolation movie.
Yeah. Well, apparently they're doing a sequel to Romulus.
Which is also dope. If you didn't play Isolation, you would never caught the Easter egg. When she finds the offspring and she got to flush them out in the ball sequence of pulling these 4 levers.
Yeah.
When she's getting frozen and she's trying to run to put the spacesuit on, that's the spacesuit from Alien Isolation.
Okay, dope.
That shit, I was like, oh,
that is dope.
I was hype as a bitch for that shit. Like, I got overly hype.
That's dope.
But yeah, super fucking dope. But I think that with the second game coming out, this would be, if they're smart, this would be a great time to actually do a live action Alien Isolation movie.
Yeah.
It'll be a beautiful callback to, you can show like different like throwbacks of Sigourney Weaver,
of course,
and the daughter, and open up the storyline to it.
First of all, I always the thing that always gets me about the space movies is it artificial atmosphere or is it oxygen? Because if you light a fucking cigarette, it's pure oxygen, right? So it's got to be artificial,
fucking Bjorn, yo.
Artificial atmosphere. But I thought that first thing in the original Aliens, I'm like, these motherfuckers are smoking in a spaceship.
Yeah, just cigarettes of all things. Right. Like, so apparently Marlboro and Newport had to have survived the test of time. Also,
of course, or some type of whatever.
Yeah. So floating in space, that shit looks fun. Would you do it?
So that is probably I'm afraid of heights.
I have a fear of falling.
I'm just afraid of it's probably truly a fear of falling, but I don't like being up high. And that is probably one of the things I would love to be able to experience is space and sea, but from the safety of a ship. I don't want a spacewalk.
Ships ain't safe.
Nothing is safe.
You're right. But ships explode all the time.
They do. But I will say one of my biggest, like, I don't want to say like sadnesses, but like to say that probably in my lifetime I'll never be able to like commercially go up and do space.
You might.
Maybe when I'm like 90.
Yeah.
I want to be able to like.
Elon Musk has fucking our robots being created.
I want like light speed travel like Star Trek. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to like zip to another.
Why?
Because I want to be a space pirate.
So you want to work for Weyland Yutani?
No. No. I'm thinking more of like Firefly, like the Serenity.
You want to be Weyland Yutani?
If I had no choice, I'd probably be shitting my pants the entire time on the spacewalk, but I'd do it if I had to.
Elon Musk might be Weyland. That's another hot take anyway. So now we get into the movie where they're explaining they've exited their ship to go into the space station. They left Rain and Kay and Navarro, which I thought was fucking hilarious. That you have an Asian named Navarro. Yeah. She's not Mexican. Yeah. Fucking funny. Anyway, so they're explaining like, hey, why is he being such a dick to Andy? And well, Bjorn's parents were inside of a mine, and a synthetic was there, and they decided to close off a portion of the cave to save 100 people versus 3. Yeah. So here's that inherent racism shit again. Sorry, saying that the synthetic that was in the cave was black.
They never said that.
Exactly. So if you know, like, it's a callback to Alien, the first one. Well, Aliens, because after Sigourney, I keep calling her Sigourney, Ellen Ripley, after Ripley and Ash's confrontation, like, Ash is the reason that the entire crew is dead.
Yeah.
Ash is the reason that I'm the lone survivor of the Nostromo. Cool. When she met Bishop 57 years later, there was a stamp. Hey, you never said there was going to be a synthetic on board. We prefer artificial person. I don't give a fuck. Stay away from me.
Right.
She didn't go so far as to belittle him. She didn't talk shit to him every chance she got. Just keep your distance, bro. I don't trust you.
Right.
Bjorn was going out of his way to be an asshole. So again, are you taking this out on
Bjorn
because
is also a child?
Fuck him.
In comparison, he's a child.
Fuck Bjorn. Are you going out of your way to be an asshole to Andy because he's black? It's not because he's a synthetic. It had to be because the one that was in the mine was black.
We don't know that, though. So
we can safely assume.
No, we can't safely assume, because that was not my first thought.
That was my first thought. And I did it because of the correlation between Ripley and Bishop. What's his face?
You also have to remember, again, Ripley is much older, much more mature. Her prefrontal cortex is developed.
Do you really think...
He's also a child who lost his parents because a robot made the decision.
Artificial person. Fuck Bjorn. So, that's a great topic. So, it could be sensitive to us because, moms.
Right.
If a robot was the reason that a car accident happened and you lost moms and pops, would you hold that against every robot?
Every robot.
Every single robot?
Probably not. Probably just the one.
Just the one?
But, no, okay. Here's the thing. So I'm gonna infer another robot movie.
Okay.
iRobot. Great fucking movie.
Great
One
fucking
of my favorites. Matter of fact, our downstairs robot is named iRobot. Our vacuum is Sunny.
Really?
Yeah, Sunny, and then Bender is upstairs.
That's hilarious.
Bender's my other favorite robot from
Futurama.
Yeah. There's a part that I like to talk about is again the part between Andy and Rook, where he's like, you need to help them. Because humans are emotional, and they have to go through all the emotional stages before they can get to the proper path that they need to take. The cold, calculated, logical path. And that's, again, a callback to the fact that, he's right. We are emotional beings who are social beings.
Some of us.
But you've got a kid. He probably had I'm assuming, based on how he's treating Andy, a great relationship with his parents.
Right.
They're dead because a synth who's programmed to cover the corporation's assets.
But that wasn't.
Let me finish. we've seen this throughout the entire theme of the movies, is that Weyland-Yutani's ultimate goal is the mission. Whether it be money, their assets, their property, the xenomorphs, whatever the goal of Weyland-Yutani is in that moment, that's what they're to protect. And so in that instance, when you have a mine and a shaft is collapsing or something, their assets are the people. If we lose workers, we lose money because the workers can't provide for us the things we need to, do. So the synth's job is to protect the assets, and the assets are the people. So it made a decision to say we can let 3 die to save dozens, or we think like a human and think about their personal connections and all the people that they love, and everybody dies. And then what happens?
But that's where the logic thing kicks in. That's the trolley incident. You ever heard of the trolley incident?
Yeah, it's like you go down the path and you've got one person on the tracks, or you crash into another.
The one person on the track is your daughter.
Right.
The right side of the track is 57 people.
Would you mow down 57 people to save my daughter? 100%.
Really?
Yes.
That's craziness.
That's why there's another great, I'm not going to get political on the show, but this is another inference I'm making, is you ever watch the show The West Wing?
I watched the first episode.
Okay. A fucking great show. But the president, Bartlett, who's that centers around him being the president. At one point, his daughter gets kidnapped. He's the president of the United States.
And we don't negotiate with terrorists.
Well, he invokes the 25th Amendment to allow whoever's next in the line of succession, I think as a Speaker of the House at the time, played by John Goodman, come in and take over as president, because he's clearly not in the right. Like, I'm pressing every fucking nuke button. I'm sending the army to go find my baby. Like, that's the thing, is like, if, for me, maybe it was in jest, but like, one, my babies are little.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have them looking at me for help and make a decision to save 50 people. I don't give a fuck about those 50 people. I don't know those 50 people, but I know my daughter.
But see, this is where rules kind of kick into play, right? And this is why these kind of psychological tests never work on me. What is stopping me from pulling the gear towards my daughter and then still exiting the trolley to get my daughter off the tracks? Nothing.
How fast is a trolley going?
The trolley problem never says how fast it's going.
So you have to assume that it's gonna.
I don't know.
You don't have that option.
They never say that.
I know, but that's the point. That's the point. It's supposed to give you the it's the Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
There's no. It's a like I too am like Captain Kirk. I don't believe in no-win scenarios. Right? It's real life we're talking about. So you're right. In that instance, if I'm thinking about it from the rules, like not rules, but like just the perspective that they're trying to answer, do you take the trolley that's gonna run over your kid or your wife or whomever, or save the people? Like, in my mind, I'm saving my kid.
Right.
But now we open that up and there's no rules. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to look, okay, how fast is the trolley going? It's 20 miles an hour. Can I run faster than 20 miles an hour? I don't know. But I can probably pull the brake and just fucking get out and get my kid. Or, fucking move out of the way. I don't know all the scenarios. But like if it's written to where it's like, she cannot move. You cannot stop the trolley. All you can do is choose which path it's going down.
I'm going to say why. Why can't I move? Like, again, so I've been through a lot of therapy and I've had these kind of questions pop up before. Right. I'm going to get to that shit later. But I'm an inquisitive mother. Can you tell me why I can't do that? Because it's not within your ability. Why is it not within my ability to do it? Because
you're strapped to a chair by unbreakable chains. The only thing you can move is your hand that's already on a lever. The brakes don't work. You can literally choose this way or that way. That's it.
Are you ready for this answer? I'm going to choose the side of the 50 people, and then I'm going to keep jiggling the handle back and forth and make the train derail.
But then what if it kills everybody?
It's not. It's a trolley. It's going to derail. It's going to flip on the side, causing me to land on my side. And it's going to ski.
In a situation like that, there's no right or wrong. I mean, there's a right or wrong answer to the person, but like it's...
Yeah, I get it, but I'm just saying.
But to your point, though, from the context of that movie, though, like, I I didn't think of, like, I didn't make the, like, racial connections.
Mm-hmm.
I just was thinking from the standpoint of, like, oh, he's a fucking robot. They just don't like robots. Why? Because robots aren't us. Robots are logical. They don't have feeling. They don't make the emotional choice, which in certain situations that's great. When you have to make a life or death situation and your outcome or the goal is to save as many people as possible while the other answer might not be favorable, they're going to do that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like for me, it was like, oh, because I thought, I was like, why is he being such a fucking dick to Andy? Like, he didn't do nothing to you. Like,
I never once cared what the fuck Bjorn's his
don't get me wrong. I don't care what his motive was either. He's still a dick, and I would have knocked his ass out. My point is like, I think about it purely from the standpoint of, like, I might not like you, and there's probably a reason I don't like you, but if I can understand the why you're taking the actions, it makes me less... like malicious towards you, in a sense of, like, oh, I get it, I still don't like you, but, like, I understand now. I didn't
understand anything at all. Because I told you, the first thing that hit me was, oh, this motherfucker's racist. But that nullified every argument.
Put yourself in Bjorn's shoes. You're Bjorn. Mm-hmm. The same things that happened to him happened to you.
Right.
What's that?
What does that look like?
Yeah.
I go about the mission as I'm supposed to. I'm not going out of my way to be a racist.
No, I'm not talking about it like that for the mission. I'm just talking about in general, right?
In general, like, that's what I'm saying. If I'm Bjorn in that situation.
And the robot, let your family die.
A robot, let my family die.
The robot, a robot, same thing.
It's not because Andy wasn't the one. And that's the way that I think. Like,
no, I agree with you. I'm devil's advocate. Like, I agree with you. Like, I'm not taking it out on Andy because
Andy
of that.
Wasn't the one that was down there. I know Andy is super close with Rain. Andy ain't the problem. It's these other motherfuckers that are the problem. It's this one robot. Like,
yes,
I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, get the fuck out the way, you fucking moke. Like, I'm not going to do that shit.
I'm thinking about that, though, from my current context and perspective as a, 37-year-old man who's had 37 years of experience. Mm-hmm. Like, I know to make those correlations. I would imagine he's probably, I don't even think that kid was 22.
Had to be like at least 18.
Yeah.
Had to.
He's a fucking baby, comparatively.
I wasn't a baby at 18.
Ruled by emotions and fucking hormones.
I was that motherfucker.
I don't know the last time he got laid either. So, like.
Which is also why I would be playing an 8-bit video game. I'd be fucking. See?
I mean, yes, I get that. I'm with you there.
I'd have been cracking ass on the back of somebody's space forklift, like, at least for like 12 hours a day. They could have made money that way to get off the planet.
Yeah.
Why of all the things that you guys decided to take away from Earth, why was pimping not one of them?
Pimping?
Yes!
Because pimping ain't easy.
It's easier to work in a mine shaft. Oh, where's my money? Right. Like, real shit like that. But anyway, we off topic like fuck. This fucking monster, man.
These are alcoholic monsters.
This was a question I had. Did you understand the Romulus and Remus reference?
No, I didn't. I don't think I wrote it down either. But
I have it off top because I'm a history buff.
Yeah.
So all the Roman mythology, Greek mythology.
I know they were brothers.
Yeah, they were brothers. Essentially, Romulus and Remus were settling Rome.
Right.
They're building cities. They're making way for the empire, the military, all that shit. So Romulus, long story short, Romulus says, "Hey, we should build a city right here." Remus is like, "No, motherfucker, we're gonna build it over here." So, fork in the road. Romulus builds his city over here. He puts essentially a fence up.
Right.
Remus starts building his city, but he's like, Romulus, you a bitch ass nigga. He hops over his fence, starts taking some of his resources. Romulus is like, I know this motherfucker didn't just do that, and he kills his brother. It's a story of conquest.
Right.
Like, why is our deciding factor left and right? Nigga, just work with me.
Right. We'll
get to your side. Eventually. We've been fucking colonizing all of Rome, nigga. This shit is ours.
Right.
And a little sibling rivalry like that is what broke them up.
Yeah. Because
and
humans are petty.
Yeah, and I'm not as petty as like I'm gonna kill my brother. Like
facts. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like
that's something else.
I'll piss on your fence, like something like that. But I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna hop over your shit and take and stop your building because I want to build my shit. I'm gonna steal your shit.
Right.
But again, even as a brother, and I have 4 of these motherfuckers. Like if one of my brothers did this shit, I'm gonna just punch you in your face.
Facts.
Like yo, like nigga, that's my lever and pulley, bitch. I'm hopping the fence. I'm bust you on your shit. Take my shit back. And I probably pissing where you lay your head at. Something crazy like that. But
it's messed up, but funny.
Right, but I'm not killing you.
Yeah. But no, I like that too. And like to me, I think it was the other piece too, is like the one side where they get to the other, the Romulus side was the side that had all the science stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Remus side was this is the wing where we're going to be doing like all the excavating and finding shit.
Right.
The Romulus side of it was the science shit. That's where we're splicing DNA. We're going to find a way to make this Prometheus fire. Which side has the better or stronger purpose?
Right.
Excavating and finding shit that's salvageable, or finding a way to become a stronger force.
Right.
Is essentially what Weyland Yutani was doing.
Yeah.
So
they're trying to create the next human evolution.
Yeah, which was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like we're getting to that point now, but we are talking about it was completely fucked up that Rain didn't tell Andy. So this is my brother, this is my brother, this is my brother, but you're using him.
Because at the end of the day, he's a robot.
You're using him.
He's a robot.
Which still then plays into the Remus and Romulus shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to use you to get to where I need to be at, and then it's fuck off. Mm-hmm. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It is. But at the end of the day, like it's a robot. You're expendable.
So they're not expendable.
I'm not.
Fucking robots can live longer than you.
I'm not saying that as my belief. I'm saying like from their perspective, like that's their.
I get it, but
I paid for you.
But she didn't. Dad found you.
But.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying. It's a piece of property, not a. And that's again. It's fun that it goes to that, but that's where it comes down to the thing is like the downfall of like whatever future people robot conflict is going to be is how it always is. It's with everything. It's you're different, you're other,
you're an alien.
Mm-hmm.
See?
So yeah,
you see, you getting where I'm flowing with all this shit.
I'm with you 100%.
So now we're going down the halls of the ship. Bjorn's bitch ass, fuck Bjorn, tells Andy,
I'm glad they gave him the name Bjorn.
Bjorn, fucking dickhead. Oh, she didn't tell you? That sucks, bitch. You ain't coming with us, right? So it's a callback later in the movie, which I thought was fucking masterful. We're going. We get to the deck of the ship. Cool. You think that Bjorn's essentially Andy tried to push you into a hole. I'm here to save your life, motherfucker. Like, watch your step. There's a hole in the floor.
Right.
Again, I know what you're gonna say first. It's a movie. I have never been inside of a room where I can see a hole in the floor, but not see a hole in the ceiling with something hanging.
Facts.
Even if it's dark, let's say for the sake of the movie, it's so dark you can't see it, right? Power's out. If I see a hole in the floor, naturally I'm going to say, where'd this hole come from? I'm going to look up. They didn't do it, right?
Because I thought about that too, and the thing that is also that I'm trying to like immerse myself into their shoes and like what were they experiencing. One, they're sketched out because they're on this place that they shouldn't be, so they're probably expecting shit to happen at any point, right?
Okay.
So they're coming through to there. Now this was after this was before they got to the facehugger part. So
this is right before the face fuckers.
So one of the things I thought was like, okay, if I'm Bjorn and crew and Andy, and Andy's irrelevant because he's a synth and he not irrelevant, but he's he sees things differently than they do.
Artificial person.
Whatever. They're coming from a poor colony planet.
Yep.
They're used to seeing dilapidated, falling apart shit. Right? Nothing's probably neat, clean. So my thought was they're used to seeing exposed pipes, exposed wires, all that shit. So they walk in there like, oh, another fucking turfed ass place that I'm, used to seeing.
Okay.
I will say when they shined up and they asked like, what the fuck is that? And this is after, right? And he points up there and see the thing. At first, I'm like, okay, it kind of looks like a xenomorph, but not really until they fucking zoom in. So I don't know what it is, 20, 30, 40-foot ceilings?
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. It's like, how do I not, like, look down and then look up and, like, what the fuck is that? It usually, for me, comes back to, okay, it's a movie. That wasn't the time that it was supposed to be seen. But to your point, it's like, how the fuck did you not notice that before and go, what the fuck is that?
Right.
Because it would have ruined the,
the suspense of the movie.
Right. In a real life situation, if that's happening, what the fuck is that?
Time to go.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I'm not dealing with this. I'm fucking out.
Right.
So they find the life pods.
Right.
Shit. There's not enough cryo for the life pods. Well, why isn't there? It's 9 years. Oh, nigga, it's because you're not going. Cool. Which also kind of, that part to me didn't make any sense. Prometheus or Covenant, David didn't sleep. He was the one that was over everything watching the crew sleep.
Right.
So why would any of the artificial people have to sleep?
I think I know David, if you remember, his hair grows.
Yeah.
So I would assume that while they're artificial, I don't know if, like, is the skin synthetic? They may be synthetic and not real people.
Yeah.
But he said artificial people, right? So I'm assuming because they may not die, but they also might age, or if they're not fully functional, something might happen to their, like.
So wouldn't there be like a rest mode?
Maybe. I don't know. I thought about this too because we were foreshadowing to the end.
Yeah.
She puts him in the pod for what purpose? So that's my thing. Is like
Made
there's
no fucking sense.
But we'll have to look into it. But like there's probably a reason, and I would imagine because their skin or whatever that stuff is probably like could deteriorate or go bad if it's not preserved. So that would be my only thought, would be like,
okay,
he's gonna lose all of his liquid, and if that happens, then he's done. And so my thought is like,
because he did get his throat. That's in the movie. Okay.
So yeah. So that would be my thought, is like, oh well, probably because there's some sort of preservation. Because like the thing that I didn't get to was like, okay, you go back thinking of Covenant, you see David, he's got long fucking hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't have long nails though.
No, but he might be clipping them. I don't know. Maybe not everything grows. Maybe just the hair.
You think David got a dick?
Listen, I don't know. That wasn't a question I thought. But
my bad. Tickled the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
So
I'll be thinking about other dudes' dicks. My
I'm not thinking about other dudes. That he's an artificial person.
I mean,
I'm just saying, Ken doll ain't got dick. See? Anyway, not talking about dicks. Moving on. We move down. Hey, we gotta find where the cryopods is. I was excited when Bjorn got his fingers froze. I was fucking excited. More pain, you bitch ass nigga. They get in, they're fucking with shit, they're regulated, boom. Shit starts waking up. Cool. Door locks behind them because now the temperature's dropping.
and they set the alarm off.
Yeah. Security measures kick in, boom. How the fuck do we get in? Now we gotta engage. Oh. Before Rain and Navarro engage the ship, we have the little scene where Kay gets sick and throws up. Mm-hmm. What's wrong? Oh, I'm pregnant just by an asshole. I'm gonna come back to this because I have a mind-boggling question and theory, and it ties together so well. So fast forward back.
I think I know who you're talking about, but
I hope you do. Yeah. Fast forward. Rain and Navarro are on the ship. They find the android body of Rook.
Yep.
Cool. Rook wakes up. It's the big reveal. Shit. If you're new to the franchise of Alien, like you're like, oh, who the fuck is this? With me, and I thought it was a great callback because Ian Holm had died.
Yep.
to CGI my man back into the film was fire to me.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I was like, cool. But as soon as I saw his face, I was like, oh. He is about to be on some bull
100%. 100%.
So, boom, pop his hard drive out. Yo, give it to Andy. He's going to reboot. It's going to give him the credentials to get you guys out the room.
Right.
Holy shit, something's in the water. Now, again, when the face fuckers wake up, right? We're introduced to the face fuckers in this movie for the first time. The thing that kind of threw me, and it was fire, but it was like, I wonder what this was. Do you think when Andy went into hard reboot mode, was it really him or was it like a doll or CGI? Because he ain't move an inch.
Oh, that had to be a doll.
That shit was fire, though.
CGI. Yeah. Well, the other thing that was cool is like when he went and his eyes rolled back and then it showed the Waylani Corporation, I was like, that's kind of cool.
And the first watch through, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
When I was taking my notes last night, I paused, I was like, oh shit, fire.
Yeah.
Like, again, little things that people typically don't catch. If we were in the theater watching the movie, nobody would have caught that shit.
Nah.
Because it's like a blink of an eye. Like, and it was just odd luck that I paused it.
I caught it without having to pause it. So
hey, fuck you, buddy. But yeah, so holy shit, there's something in the water. They're making all this noise and shit. I forgot the nigga name. Not Bjorn, the other one. Terry? Was it Terry?
I think so.
I wrote it somewhere.
Terry.
Let's just say his name was Terry for now. I know it started with a T. But Facefucker jumps.
You can't hide, bitch. Scary Terry.
Facefucker jumps. He catches it, before it can complete suction. So what the fuck is this? Andy comes back right when it's about to get Bjorn. He grabs it again.
No, it wasn't about to get Bjorn. It was about to get Terry.
It was? I thought it was Bjorn.
No. Bjorn was the one, because remember, he shocked his ass. And then it shocked both of them. So he's down on the ground, coming to, and then the one's crawling, and then Andy comes to and grabs it before,
Real
right
nigga
before
shit. Gets him out the room, and as they're trying to close the door in time, one of them gets through. Navarro just gets face fucked. Mm-hmm. And this is the part where I laughed so goddamn hard. I rewinded like 5 times, right? Again, with perfect symmetry, it face fucked her. Grabbed to her face, chokes her out, right? So when they're trying to understand and figure out what is going on, like there's one person in here that knows what's happening.
Rook.
Let's bring him back online. Hey, I'm Science Officer Rook, da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's not looking too good for you, family. 60-40. Right?
He was like, he's like, you don't fix, you run.
Yeah, like, you can't, this is a fight you're not winning.
Right.
Like, look at the ship, motherfucker. Yeah. Everybody's dead. Nigga, I'm dead.
Right.
Right? So, it's not looking too good for you. 60-40 is the greatest out. So, we're going to find a way to get her through this. Like, maybe if we freeze the tail, it'll loosen up. And this is why I started calling them, like, face huggers were the name that we've always given them through the entire Alien franchise. In this movie, they've actually given them a name.
Yeah.
Parasitoids.
Yeah.
Dope name. Cool. I changed it right back to face fucker because as they froze the tail, they were pulling it out. You saw this nigga dump his load all in her throat.
Yeah.
Like,
I legit, when I saw that, it made me go.
Right. I was like, because in all the movies, you never see that shit.
But
he
like,
dumped loads.
And it was such a subtle thing to do, but like that made me think. I was like, okay, there's a timeline for this then.
Yeah.
Because had they not pulled it off, how long would that have taken?
Yeah.
Would it have been?
She's face fucked for 3 hours, 30 minutes, 10 minutes.
Right. What's the timeline? But as soon as it goes, oh, they're trying to
remove me.
Whoop.
And we know the regular way is if you try to yank me off, I'm going to break her neck.
Yeah.
If you try to cut the fingers off the side of the head, I'm going to spew my acid blood.
Yeah.
So, cool. You figured out my one weakness. You're going to freeze my tail. It's going to make me loosen up. Cool. Let me dump the shit off in her.
Right.
Like, I laughed so hard because...
You had to do that, though.
I did. Like, because, bro, it wasn't one pump. He guzzled her like 3.
Yeah.
It was like gloop, gloop, gloop.
Yeah.
And as a human just coming to, how would you not feel something getting shot down your throat? I'm a guy. I don't suck dick.
Pause.
I don't suck dick. I don't know what that's like. I do not live that life.
Yeah.
But let's equate it to eating some good ass Captain Crunch or some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You're chewing the food, right? No matter how much you chew.
First of all,
wait. No matter how much you chew your food up with the milk in your mouth, and you're still gonna feel the textural difference being swallowed.
First of all, fuck you for ruining Captain Crunch for me now. Thanks for that.
I'm just saying.
Literally my favorite cereal.
I could have said mashed potatoes, which I'm not. I could have said macaroni and cheese, which I'm not. I could have said steak. I like steak.
Those can't be ruined for me because those are things that I love more than Captain Crunch. But now every time I eat Captain Crunch, I'm gonna think of
you gotta think about getting face fucked. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this would have been a great podcast to have a girl on that never mind. Anyway, so Navarro gets dumped in. Hey, like, we don't know how far this transaction has now gone.
Right.
Your best bet, and this is what you were saying earlier. Let me change my mic color. I want red for this one. It ain't switching. Is that mute? That was mute. This is the color right here. I need red because I need y'all to see how diabolical. I just passed red. It's diabolical shit we about to talk about, right? Red. All right, Sith Lord, right? So we kind of went through all of this shit when it came down to the decisions one now has to make.
Yeah.
Kill this bitch and be done with it. They're too busy struggling with the decision.
Nah.
You know what has to happen.
Murked.
Get her the fuck up out of here and be done. And then you motherfuckers run. Get on with your business. On a logical standpoint of shit, this is one less person that we're going to be taking to Yagara or Yavara, whatever the fuck the place was called. Let her die. Get her the fuck out of here.
Facts.
So I got super hyped. I got pissed off. Then I got super hyped. So when it came to that, Andy, you know it has to be done.
Oh yeah, you know.
Bjorn's bitch ass comes, shocks my man Andy, which I don't know how powerful that stun gun was or that counter prod. Again, call back to Alien because that's what they had in Alien. Mm-hmm. So you can imagine over time it probably got stronger. This shit sent my man Andy flying.
Yeah.
Hit a wall. He sitting the 13 ghosts. He's sitting the bad woman shit. Just going at it, right? Cool. I'ma do what has to be done. Rain, you wait here. My man turned to a fucking track star.
Yeah.
My man said, I'll be back.
Forrest Gump meme.
That man was out.
Yeah.
And then it really shows you the strength of the artificial people.
when he was holding the door and he's just staring at
just like Bjorn, bitch. Like, you think this is happening? I'm gonna get your ass. Like, locks my man out. Cool. And if you watch the first one again, this is kind of where I'm looking at everything holistically because now you see Sigourney Weaver in Andy. Sigourney Weaver's character, Ellen Ripley's character.
Yeah.
We know we landed on this planet. Motherfucker's infected. He's face fucked. Uh-huh. We see it.
Yep.
We gotta let him back on the ship.
She's like, no. She's like, no, fuck you. I'm not letting him back on the ship.
We're about to break protocol.
Yeah.
We then all are exposed to something we don't know. Mm-hmm. We gotta go through quarantine. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker is not getting back on this ship.
Facts.
Ash, Rook, opens the gate, gets him back in. We have to save his life. Ash, you have a ulterior motive. We know what's going. We don't know what's going on, but
we did know then.
Yeah, we didn't know then.
We knew like that. So that's a crazy thing too. Is like I was thinking about that. It's like when you watch Prometheus, you know, and Alien Covenant. Like now you realize like why.
Yeah.
He did it because you're like, oh shit, because. Like, oh shit, like I watched that and I'm thinking back to the original, I'm like, oh shit.
And at the end of Prometheus, you know, that was the ship that they found on LV-416. So
right. I'm like, yo. And so, like, but yeah, like, continue. But like, that was a mind-blowing thing for me too, because like rewatching it this week and going back to see Prometheus, like I didn't make that connection in the beginning until rewatching Alien. I'm like, oh, that's why this motherfucker was like, oh, we should let them on because he knows exactly.
He knows exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So
they've been trying to get it the whole time.
Thousands of years. So now, Andy is now faced with that exact same complex. It's, I'm sorry I wasn't fast enough.
Right.
We're here, they're there.
Yeah.
let them motherfuckers go.
Yeah.
We'll figure this shit out some way.
Right.
They're done. Andy knows this.
Yeah.
Cool. So now we fast forward to another one of my favorite parts of the movie. Like, we got to go talk back to Rook again. So Rook tells you everything that's going on. Like, we got to find a way to get past this shit. We go towards the airlock. Like, we know that the ship crash landed on the Romulus side of the ship. Cool. How do we get there? It's through this door. We turn around. Andy's gone. Mm-hmm. Andy's now talking to Rook. And again, it's kind of part out where, yo, the colony was built on the back of you, my like that. That's
one.
That's what happened.
Don't be saying the hard R, bro.
That's what happened.
I know that's what happened, but I'm talking about from where we post this bitch at.
You're right. I'm gonna edit that out.
You're gonna have to bleep the shit out of that.
Like, they got right to that point where Ian Holmes' character was like, yo. Right. We know what's really good, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So now we get to understanding that the face fuckers are heat and sound. Mm-hmm. This is where I have questions. So a way around this is if we raise the heat in the room
I thought that was
to match
clever
the body temperature. Yep. Why not go higher? You're worried about if
so you want it
fear, sweat, all this. The sweat cools my body down.
There's a difference because so I get where you're going. There would be a difference. So if they go, let's say your average body temperature is 98.6. Mm-hmm. You go to 100. We'll call it 100.
Call 100. Yeah, that was one of my notes. 100.
I'm different. I'm still below. So if there's any slight, you have to remember these are like perfect predator. They're attuned to the slightest of changes from sound, heat, everything. Think about how precise they are from knowing exactly where your face is. Just like you said, like they leap right there. So obviously if you're not making a sound, but at the same time is like if the temperature's different, so that you want it to be as close to you as possible. Okay. Because you can account for if I stay calm and I don't run and I don't do anything excessive, I should stay relatively the same. And maybe a few tenths of a degree isn't going to make that big of a difference. Okay. But if you move to 100 and that 2 degree difference, 2 degrees is slightly, you can tell the difference between somewhat warmer and somewhat colder. So that would be my thought as to why they didn't go higher, because they're going to be different. Their goal is to be invisible, equal to the room temperature.
But that's what I was saying though. Like, wouldn't it still be invisible if the room is feeding off of 100? Oh no, because you're right. Because if you get cooled down, it's lower. Okay.
Right. Think about like the way I thought about it was
my
like
mathematical mistake. Mathematical.
A heat scope, right? Is like you see the differences if the ambient temperature is the same as the
this shows red, but this motherfucker shows orange.
Right. Exactly.
So okay. My miscalculation.
Good thought though, because like. You said that and I was like, oh, that's actually smart, because then if I'm running but you're still, there's a contrast.
Yeah. I also missed the part when the face fucker got Navarro. I was like, there was an Asian bukkake joke somewhere in there. It's hilarious. So
that would have been if it was multiple face fuckers.
Yep. There was multiple face fuckers
fighting for the same hole.
They were. Think about it.
Yeah, okay.
He goes to meet Rook. Rook, your model was the backbone of our colonization, which is slavery, and now your directive has changed. That directive is now you're being controlled by the white man. Yeah. Slavery. Anyway, by this point, the chest burster has now popped through Navarro. Mm-hmm. Blood all on Kay's face. Mm-hmm. You see the birth of this thing. Burns a hole through. Bjorn's bitch ass fucker. I really hate that motherfucker.
He should have died in a much more horrible way.
He
got out easy.
So everything goes to shit. Crash lands before we get to Bjorn and the cattle prod, right? So we're now in the room with the face fuckers, mm-hmm. standing around. You cannot make a sound. You got to be quiet. You got to regulate yourself. We all know it's jump scares everywhere at this point. Mm-hmm. Body, which I thought was funny. Top of this nigga head was missing. Mm-hmm. He ain't got a roof. It was great. We're getting through the room. if I told you you cannot make a sound, why the fuck is your radio on?
Facts.
Like, Terry's like, Kay, are you there? Oh my God, Kay, I can hear you. Yeah, but Bjorn, don't worry about Bjorn. You need to find the keys. Nigga, they can hear you.
Facts.
So you start seeing tails go up, bodies start shifting, sweats dropping because now we'll pause where they're at and get back to the ship. Bjorn now finds the cocoon on the wall. Looks like a vagina, which is fucking crazy. He shoves the cattle prod in there, stabs it, starts electrifying it, which this comes up later. You know, towards the third act of the movie where the anti-gravity shit goes up and they're climbing up, or they're jumping towards the top of the jump. The alien that's in there was the original alien that Bjorn stabbed. Yeah. Because you can see all the scar and the electricity was still pumping in his head. I thought that was a dope ass callback. That was dope. But if you were listening, again, Bjorn's a fucking idiot. If you were listening,
hold on, go back. Why was it the electricity because it adapted to being shocked?
Yeah.
Okay, because I had a question I wrote down. I'm like, why the fuck does it look like there was a surge protector in this motherfucker's dome piece? And I didn't think until you said that, and I was like, it's so crazy how fast our brains go.
Bjorn electrifies it, which is, I appreciated this motherfucker dying. I just hated the way he died. Like, it should have been 10 times worse than just getting skeeted on with some alien blood.
I wanted to see his face get plunged by the fucking...
But I thought that part was dope, though, because in all of the Alien movies, this is from the beginnings, this is all the way to Resurrection, when you see alien blood hit somebody, like you just see a lot of smoke, a little bit of evaporation of whatever it landed on. You saw this motherfucker's fingers start disintegrating.
Yeah, down to the bone. That was dope.
I thought that shit was fire. But, again, Alien being smart, and the chest burster turned Xeno really fast. Yeah. Which, I would love a timeline like we were talking about. What's the gestational time frame from face fucking to chest burster, from chest burster to full Xeno?
Yeah.
Like, I would like to know that shit. But anyway, Bjorn gets killed. Acid hits him in the chest. He gets skeeted on. He died. Cool. So, Kay, now the village fucking idiot. 2 reasons. You get the key, unlock everything, you get the door open. If you see the Xeno being born, why not just close the door? She could have closed.
Because she wasn't thinking.
Exactly. She wasn't thinking.
Fear.
Not thinking so much that you run down, not even a full hallway. You take 2 more steps and you fucking tumble into a ship.
How do bodies just know time like that? I mean, obviously, like
circadian rhythm.
Yeah, but
my nigga, that's only right here, bro. Yeah. So now we fast forwarding back to they're inside the room. You hear all of this shit happening to Kay, your sister. This is where my theory is about to come into play. Andy, camera cuts back to Andy because you're making all this fucking noise, and my man just says with a stone face, "Run." They haul ass. Andy goes into full Usain Bolt mode. Gets there. Rain gets there. He starts closing the door. Again, I feel like he wasn't mathematically timing it. He was just like, yo, if this fucker dies, he dies.
Yeah.
Remember, y'all were going to leave me, which comes up in a second.
Yeah.
So, no, I did it better than before. I knew exactly what time he was going to get
Was
here.
Rain in front?
Yeah, Rain was in front of Terry.
So remember, his original directive is protect Rain.
Protect Rain at all costs.
Right.
But, the other directive came in.
And it overrid that. Yeah. But I still think it's
oh, no. I think the thing with Rain was fine. I think he was going to fuck Terry.
Yeah.
Right? So, again, we wouldn't be haul-assing down this hallway if you just cut your fucking radio off.
Yeah.
The alien is now hunting Kay. Mm-hmm. I know where you at, bitch. I can smell you. Mm-hmm. Under the grates. Cool. She gets to the door. The alien xenomorph goes full Assassin's Creed. Like, my man stalks her. He disappears for a little bit. And then when she gets to the door,
he's just chilling.
Andy's about to open it, but he looks up like, nah, I see this motherfucker. I see you, B. Mm-hmm. When I open his door. We got to open the door. That's my sister. Open the door, Andy.
That's what he wants us to do.
Yeah, he wants us to open the door so he can effectively kill every last one of us.
Or infect. Take you back and infect you.
Yeah. No. So what does he do? He hidden blades her, grabs her away. She gets yoinked, which is fucking hilarious. So this is where the crazy theory kicks in at. The baby daddy is an asshole. You don't know who he is.
Bjorn.
No. Do you think brother and sister were fucking?
Nah.
The reason why I say that.
I think the
I have siblings. In a life or death scenario like that, and don't hit me with it's a movie. Don't hit me with it right now. In a life or death scenario like that, my man is literally trying to bend every rule to get back to his sister, who he has to know is pregnant. He has to.
It depends on how, because she says, "Don't tell my brother."
Right. I don't want you to know that he knows that I'm pregnant.
Nah. I'm wholly against that, one, because it's fucking gross.
It is gross.
But two,
incest.
It's always a throwaway term that they say in every movie.
Yeah.
Whenever they ask, "Oh, who's just some fucking asshole?" It probably is just some fucking asshole that's highly irrelevant. I thought that it was Bjorn, and the only reason I say that is because
he's a fucking asshole.
But two, there's a moment towards the end where they meet again, and he like grabs her and like caresses her, almost like a kiss. Do you remember that?
You mean like Terry does before he gets killed?
But they're I disagree.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think.
Again, same thing. Like, because remember when Bjorn got back on the ship when he was running, and right before he, like, I know what part you're talking about. Like, right, that was like right before he electrocuted the thing.
Right.
You would make if it's one thing I've realized from this Alien franchise, they do not have throwaway lines. No. Everything means something somewhere in this timeline. So that portion of "you let my sister get killed" was then the answer to it was later.
I think there would have been more of a, like, not disagreeing that there's no throwaway lines, but I feel like there would have been another play at the, when she asks, like, who's the father? There would have been another, there was no, like, odd, I'm trying to keep a secret inference when she said, "Oh, just some asshole."
But there was, though.
There wasn't.
We're going to Ivara, or Ivasa, I think it's Ivara. We're going to Ivara, where synthetics aren't allowed. It's not under Weyland-Yutani grasp. That's where we're going. Free from persecution. It's going to look weird if we're in Weyland-Yutani territory and my brother is my baby daddy. But if we're on a planet that's fucking 9 light years away, or however long it is, away from it, we escape all that kind of persecution. We're amongst our own people. What if Ivara was like a place where incest is cool?
Nah, I don't.
Because I'm telling you, later on in the movie, before, self-sacrifice is always the thing with all these movies we've been watching. It's crazy. So I know I have to protect my sister. That's siblings. That's how family goes. I protect my sister, protect my brother at all costs. Right? Diabolical shit. The shit's still red. In that instance, Terry, I don't think his name's Terry, but we're going to say Terry. He has his gun. He has his gun strapped to him still.
Right.
He jumps in, gets stabbed in the back. You could have been ripping shots left and right.
Right.
He didn't. I'd rather sacrifice myself because I don't want people to know that I'm really, your baby is my son/nephew.
I don't think that.
My son few.
I didn't get those vibes.
But again, it was just a crazy theory.
Yeah, definitely crazy.
Yeah. So now we got to go back. So we've made it after Kay got
Tyler.
Tyler. I know it started with T.
Tyler.
We're in the elevator going down. Cool. It now turns into, how could you do it? And he looks back at her with the coldest, saddest eyes and says, "Do what? Leave somebody behind?"
Yeah.
She had to feel bad as fuck.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, that was a gut punch, but also a well-warranted gut punch. Like, somewhere inside of his circuitry is still protect Rain.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lay hands on you. I'm going to verbally beat the shit out you, though.
Facts.
You were going to leave me behind.
Leave me behind. Like
but I'm your brother, though.
Right.
I'm trash.
But not really.
Oh, it's cool. Y'all niggas go to Avara. I'll go back to Jackson by myself. Like, it was fucked up.
Yeah.
Completely fucked up. But, elevator ride down. Shame on Rain. We get to Prometheus Beta Lab. Romulus Beta Lab. Rook pops back up. Andy, you know everything. Tell him about it. Cool. So we explain. This is where Prometheus fire comes back up. I was doing all this mad science shit to understand what it hit the mic, understand what all this stuff is. We're going to get to the bottom of it and understand how this is the next level of evolution for the company.
Survive in space without food, control metabolism.
You ain't got to worry about getting knocked out inside of a fucking mine shaft.
Right.
Again, you're now a number to the company. Cool. Here's the Prometheus fire, which...
Well, no, they've always been a number to the company.
But now you're... But at that point, it was like, we have to save as many people as we can. If we can have, like, 30 of these super niggas in the mines, we're cool. So...
They've already got Andy.
Right.
He's the...
And not mentioning how many other Andys they have underground. Hiding the black people. Racism and slavery. Anyway, so... we explain what the Prometheus fire is and what it can do for civilization.
Right.
Again, because I like the franchise of the Aliens movies, like, when Rook was explaining all this shit, I was like, this motherfucker's lying like shit. Like, there's no way that you've completely synthesized this shit good enough so that it's not going to fucking kill people.
Oh, yeah.
As soon, and...
He's always iterating, always testing, and all. Yeah.
Tyler shows her how to use the gun. This submachine gun was an iteration of the gun that they had in Aliens. The assault rifle, John. This shit was fire.
Aliens, the second one?
Yeah, the second one. What the Colonial Marines were using, that was the first iteration of their gun they started using.
Okay. I was going to say, wait, we're before. So this would have been like V1.
Yeah.
Aliens, V2, or something similar. Right. Okay.
And it's funny because I actually put his name down here. This is, again, what I mean. Tyler.
Yeah,
his name's Tyler. Yeah. Tyler keeps risking everything for K. So they're carrying the Prometheus fire. They get to the long hallway. Oh, shit, these motherfucking... How long have they been here? Holy shit. And where we can gradually start moving to our destination, you hear, Tyler, it's my sister. Fuck everything and starts running towards her.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot watching the movie. Now that I'm thinking about it, that was his sister.
Because you thought they were fucking.
That's not why, but I just forgot.
You ain't forget. He thought they were fucking. We're running. We see that Kay has been cocooned. Hey, she's bleeding out. And is like, yeah, she's bleeding out because they couldn't impregnate her yet. Motherfucker, it's a trap. Yeah. Right?
See, I thought about something different, though. Was it a trap, or was it that the alien probably thought, she's already got a life form growing inside. Maybe it can sense that. I don't know.
It can sense it.
Because they put them in that stasis thing.
We skipped the dope-ass part of the movie, too. The X-ray shit.
Oh,
when she X-rayed her back. It's dope-ass part of the movie. I forgot about that shit. Yeah, I don't know what just made me remember that shit.
Yeah, that was cool, though. Because I saw that. I was like, oh, that's got to come into play.
Yeah.
They're going
to
use
use
that
her arm.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to show this chest burster.
Yeah.
But
they didn't show it that well, though. But
they
also
didn't.
Because she's like going like this. But you kind of see the thing move, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to see the like.
Yeah, all that shit until that motherfucker goes vertical and just pops out.
Yeah.
Would have been dope. It might have been over budget, though.
Yeah.
But,
oh, no, it's a pretty high budget movie, I think.
It was. And it did really well. But, so we're getting through all of this, and we get to the point where Injector, like, Rook comes back on. Hey, it's been fully synthesized. Injector. No, I don't trust it. If we move now, we can get to the ship and just put her in cryo until we can get help.
I don't remember. So when I was watching this the first time, I remember them saying that. I'm like, my first thought was, oh, inject her with the shit. Maybe she becomes like a super fucking, thing. And they were like, nah. And I'm like, yeah, fair, because you don't know. And I don't trust you. But then I forgot, or I missed the part where she injected herself. I didn't see that until the end. Because then when she's in the cryo chamber and she's pulling out and she's like, oh no, like what did you do? And I'm like,
her skin inside of the injection.
I was like, when did they? So then I rewound it and I was like, oh, that bitch fucking. Kudos to her because like you feel like you about to die. Like I'm gonna try it.
Done it?
Yeah,
out of your fucking mind.
If I've already got snatched by one of them things and you brought me back,
you're on the ship already. You could have put yourself in cryo.
So here's the other thing.
She injected herself on the elevator up to the ship.
I remember. I know.
She could have just put herself in cryo.
She could have. But also, the part of my mind is like, what if I'm a superhuman now?
Nah, I'm good.
I don't know. Yeah.
In a horror situation, which that was clearly a horror situation, you know that's going to turn out bad.
Probably.
So... We're having our consultation. We got to get back to the ship. She's bleeding out. What do? Tyler jumps to... I keep hitting this shit. Tyler jumps to yet again. And now, alien crawls up the wall. He sees it. He gets snatched.
Right.
Again, your gun is still strapped to you. This is where I had a problem with it. We talked about this before with Day One.
Right.
I'm going out in a blaze of glory. Dick swinging and everything.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to protect my sister, I'm not going to get fucking eaten apart by them goddamn xenomorphs.
Yeah.
I'm open. Stop, drop, open up shop.
Yeah.
I'm cocking back and letting that motherfucker go.
Yeah.
Like, you had...
But you also have to remember, where are you? They're at the bottom of the ship. They even called that out.
They did.
Acid goes through, it's a wrap.
The acid was going to go through anyway.
She was at least smart enough to do it in 0G.
Which was fire. That shit was dope.
Yeah.
But
also fucking stupid.
If your whole intent for the movie was to save your sister.
Did you change your watch band?
No, this is what I was at.
Is it?
Yeah. Heavy duty. It's good for when I run.
It is like, it is sweet.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Amazon's like $12.
Yeah, of course.
If your intent through this movie has been protecting your sister, you're saying you're going to let yourself get chewed on by...
Or do you think your baby mama?
His baby mama. Right? Are you letting yourself get chewed on by xenomorphs? No. Or are you opening up shop?
First of all, I would not have ever left the first ship.
Really?
I'd have been the motherfucker that's like, all right, y'all holla at me when you come back. And then as soon as shit pop off, I'm eject, deuces, I'm out. I'm not going in there. I'm the last guy you want as the driver, because if shit pop off, I'm dipping.
I was about to say that. I would have... Navarro, I never would have... My job is not fucking with that ship. No. It's driving this one. Facts. Not leaving.
Nah.
When y'all are ready, y'all hit me on comms.
See you later, Rain. Go get your boys. Yeah. Come back and holler at me.
Hit me on comms when y'all ready. I'm gonna be in this bitch listening to Exhibit or something.
Because I thought about it too for Alien 1. I'm Ripley in the beginning. Leave his ass there. Or
Ripley was smart.
Or call back even then to Prometheus, Charlize Theron, where she comes back with the... And he's like, do it. And she just murks him in front of everybody.
Not giving a fuck.
Yeah, you're not getting on here. Sorry.
I told you once. I'm not going to tell you twice. If I even see your leg move forward, you're dead.
Facts.
And that shit would happen.
I'm not taking no chances. I'm not playing no games. You infected, you're not getting on my ship.
So now we're elevator. Hey, I have a heart now. I can't leave Andy down there. Can't do it.
Sorry.
You ride the elevator up. The ship's
Robot,
up here.
Artificial human. This is me.
Artificial person.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
So she climbs back down.
And first of all, I've already got the cryo-pods.
Yeah,
so
we're good.
I'm out.
Your thought was to leave Andy this whole fucking film.
100%.
Why do you now have a heart now? Because he looked at you and said, like he was going to leave me.
Right.
So you got a heart now. So you climb back down. You get to Andy. Hey, I got to get the chip out. We got to reboot you. Kay rides the elevator up. I feel so faint. She injects herself like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Right?
Or smart play, whichever.
Fucking idiot.
If she wasn't pregnant, I would have. I thought. So this, and because we're getting there now. Actually, continue. We'll get there when we talk about the.
Okay. Again, I reiterated where I said I definitely should have bought them Reeboks, them Romuluses. I might still do it. They on like $583 for go. The boxes looks hard as a bitch. I want them shits.
If it wasn't $500, I might. But
true, but I've spent work. I spent more. That's a different conversation.
On some fucking sneakers.
Fucking right. It's a culture, baby.
Nah, I mean, you're not wrong. It is a culture thing.
Like, I sold these from Phil. They're Ugg shoes. These fuckers are comfortable.
Ugly shoes.
These ain't Ugg. These motherfuckers are comfortable, yo. The motherfuckers got the little fur on the inside and shit. These fuckers feel good.
Crocs are comfortable.
I would never wear a Croc in my fucking life. They came out with a Naruto-inspired Croc. Ooh, I'm not buying it. I wanted it so bad.
Got Crocs downstairs.
For the novelty of it. I will never wear a Croc.
I won't wear. I wear them to take the trash out. I wear them to walk around the backyard sometimes.
I got some beaters downstairs that I use.
Well, I've got my slip-on Adidas that I use for as like mowing the lawn, doing all that stuff.
Running to the store real quick, going to the mailbox.
No, running to the store real quick. It's the Crocs.
I'm not wearing Crocs, bro.
I don't give a shit.
You know where Crocs got their start?
Where?
It was a movie called
Idiocracy. Yeah, it's a great fucking movie.
Hilarious.
We're heading there soon.
We are. That shit was fucking hilarious.
It was.
Terry Crews the man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would never own a pair of Crocs. Somebody's been trying to buy me Crocs for the longest time. I'm not wearing them.
I'll get you a pair.
No, don't waste your money.
We'll see.
It's be Christmas. Hey, Merry Christmas. What the fuck are these Crocs, you motherfucker?
From Rants Crocs.
Can't do it. But yeah, so Rook was 100% in his ash bag at this point. My man said, "Hey, yo, on some real shit, it was a pleasure working with you.
Yeah,
I'm not opening a motherfucking thing. Yeah. What I need is already on the ship. Y'all are going to die.
Yeah.
Have a good life. What's left of it goes onto the ship. Yeah, your friends are already dead. Cut the autopilot on. I got you, boo." Yeah. Like, that shit was so smooth. He was... Oh, they're not dying. They're dead. Yeah, they're dead. Your friends sacrificed their life.
You should have expected that was going to happen. That's
in his ash bag. I say, yeah, this motherfucker is maniacal. So, cool.
I'm wondering if that was no, it's not the same one. Not the same one.
You mean Ash the Rook?
Yeah.
Nah, it couldn't have been.
No.
Because, remember on Alien, they torched Ash.
Yeah, he gone.
Yeah. Rook was just cut in half.
Right.
He got the bishop treatment.
Yeah.
So, we already talked about it. Like, I got away, hit the 0G, we about to get through this shit. She's bucking aliens in 0G. And what I thought was a really good nod, if you're not a pew pew guy, like a shooter, it would not have really crossed your mind for it. But whenever you fire, there's kinetic energy that pushes you. It would have slid her.
Yeah, but
Andy was behind her, holding her down.
He was holding her down, and so that
I was like,
because you see at one point
these motherfuckers at 20th
uses
century
that to reposition herself
to get away from the acid.
Yeah.
I was like, these motherfuckers at 20th century are smart.
Yeah, of course.
I've seen other movies where they lit shit like that.
Yeah, slide.
And that's not correct. Yeah. But I thought that shit was fire. Andy, stay behind me. We're going to get through this. Like, you have spiraling acid floating towards you. One, only speaking for myself, I'd have been dead as shit.
100%.
That acid would have fucked me up.
There's no, obviously, plot armor of the movie. Your main character, that's not going to take you out. I would have liked to see, a piece of clothing get hit or something. Something little.
I said the same thing.
You came through unscathed.
It should have got her arm or something. Like, she lose a finger. Something should have happened. Like... Again, you got to have your battle scars.
Right.
And I think she's twisting and twirling. Like when she was trying to get the gun to shoot herself down for it, she can miss it. It should have hit her arm or something. Right. Finger gone.
Something should have got her.
Yeah. So, cool. We make it to the elevator again. Andy, I'm so glad I came back and got you. We got to jump. It's now or never. Whew. They jump up. Gravity, the anti-gravity kind of sends them launching. When they go to jump, Alien says, "Bitch, where you going?" Grabs her. So,
while Andy's already up.
Yeah, Andy Air Jordan his way to the top. Mm-hmm. Shit, releases the last 20% of her ammo on the alien, and now acid bloods eats a Jonah, whatever she's flying. What kind of threw me off was how did she lose the gun?
Right.
It didn't make sense if you're floating, even if you're in zero gravity, your propulsion.
She took the strap off, though, I think.
Yeah, but how did it get so far away from you if it was on you when you jumped? It started deviating.
Yeah.
Again, it's a movie. Get it. Didn't like that part of the movie, right? So, zero gravity kicks in. Boom. Well, gravity kicks back in. Acid drops. A hole gets ripped in the hull of the ship. Elevator starts coming down. Again, my man Andy for the win says, bitch, where you going?
Right.
Catches the elevator. I don't want this shit to tear a hole through Shorty because, again, my original programming is back in stock now.
Right.
Hey, I got to save Ring. Now that I know that she's on the side, we see the alien, I let the motherfucking elevator go. Shoom! Goes down. I was like, damn, them aliens got fucked up. That nigga came across the wall like, you thought that was going to get me.
Right.
I got you, bitch. Face hugger on the other side of the wall.
Yep.
She's gone. My man Andy comes down. He comes down like he was in Destiny.
Yep.
Opening up shop. Boom. Kills him. And again, this is the part that I did not like. I appreciated it, but I didn't like it. Get away from her. You bitch. Come on, bro. Like, that was an iconic line for Aliens.
Right.
We didn't need... It was a fan service moment. I didn't need that, though.
Yeah.
Like, we know what this is.
Right.
Leave that shit alone. That was Aliens. It's 37 more years till that shit happens.
Right.
Kind of fucked me up with that.
Yeah.
So, get up to the ship. The classic alien trope in every single movie, there's always a T-minus something. Mm-hmm. So, T-minus 30 seconds, you motherfuckers gotta go. So, we get inside the ship. Oh, you're pregnant. What's happening? All this blood. Bitch, did you stab yourself? Did you inject yourself, you motherfucker?
So, this is where my theory came in, with the hybrid, right? So, they talk about how the...
You know what they call it, the hybrid? The offspring.
Gross.
I'll get to that. Yeah. Get your point.
So back when they're in the lab, and he's talking about how it's like the perfect organism, right? So my thoughts was like, would it have been different if she wasn't pregnant? I
don't think so.
No, but hear me out though. The if there was no baby in there for the organism to latch onto,
would have affected her,
right? Could she have because my whole thing is he was very sure that he perfected it.
Yeah.
And I know we had talked about earlier about him that was just him try it
in his ash bag,
right? But what if he wasn't wrong, and had she not been pregnant? What would she have changed? Would she have that's where I would have been interested to see, because obviously if it's a smart, intelligent organism, it goes, oh, there's something else here. Let's go to that.
Yeah.
This person is
I'm already sucking the nutrients from this.
Right. Let's just go there.
Yeah.
And it was creepy because the thing comes out and it's like a fucking seed and you're like, oh, and then it opens, and here's the thing that pissed me off about her. When she sees that it's a baby, so here's where it's really cool. From a evolutionary standpoint.
Okay.
Babies are cute.
Yeah.
So that the parents don't get rid of them. Right?
That's a very interesting point.
But no, not parents. I should say the father. So the babies always
goddamn
resemble the father, so that it's recognized.
Okay.
Right? Because think back to caveman status, right? You see this motherfucker don't look like me, bitch. You sleeping around, right? So there's that. So I thought that was cool. It's it looks human because it was just birthed, right?
Yeah.
So it's oh, that's survival instinct. Is you want the mother to probably creeped out, but at the same time, oh, because you saw the moment of hesitation where she was about to murk that thing.
Yeah.
And then she saw it was a baby. She's like, oh, wait, hold on. And so then she goes down, but So that was my theory was like, okay, the offspring, terrible name.
Yep.
But if she wasn't pregnant, would her like metamorphosis been different? Would she have mutated into a xenomorph like thing, or was it because of the baby that it latched onto that, and then we got this creepy fucking... That was my thought for that, was like, she gives birth to the thing, and it's like, would it have been different if she wasn't pregnant?
Right.
Like, what would have happened if...
What would have happened to her?
Right, to her.
Versus it being the baby.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point. But I said the offspring is the dumbest fucking alien.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't... I get why it looked like an engineer.
I was going to say, it looked like an engineer.
Yeah, which, cool.
Because the people are from engineers. We have the same DNA. We're smaller, but like...
Dope throwback, but I was like, this thing looks It was almost as bad as the Alien Resurrection alien. Yeah. I fucking hated that thing. Yeah. What would have been even funnier is when the offspring came out, the nigga said, "Mama." That would have sent me through the roof. Yeah. But like, the woman thing when the baby's born, like try to latch on for the colostrum. Yeah. Like she rubbed the titty.
It was the oozy stuff.
Yeah, it was the colostrum. Yeah. Right? This nigga, like, do you think that the offspring sucked the life out of her by her neck, or was that tongue on her titty? Because I definitely said titty.
It was definitely like, it had to be, because when she came around the corner, you saw her whole head and neck. It was, He
sucked the life out of her. But again, he sucked her titty dry. Again, I was waiting for the mama. Turns around, and again, I thought it was super dope that when she went down looking for it, like in the pit that looked like it had sand. Yeah. Looked like sand. Minerals, I don't know. Yeah, it was a mining ship. You saw the hands and feet gradually turn in. Yeah. Extra fingers come out. Growth. Mm-hmm. I was like, that shit was fire, which gets us to the fight for the movie. You hear everything going on upstairs. You see the titty suck. Andy wakes up. He's like, shit, I gotta help. Gets his throat slashed. Yeah. Or carotid slash, where his carotid would be. He's dropped down. He's down and out. I'm gonna grab the tank, the cooling tank, spray this motherfucker down. He's smart, smacks it, everything starts freezing around. Which again, what we were talking about earlier, I'm running out of oxygen. The ship is now rapidly cooling too fast. She puts the spacesuit on, which was from Alien Isolation. It's fucking dope. I'm gonna find a picture of that shit. I'm gonna post it so everybody can see it too. But anyway, now we get into what I thought it was dope. We get into the boss mechanics. Right. We get into this pit. I'm reading these signs. How do I take this motherfucker out? You got to flip these 4 switches to release the gate at the bottom to drop off your cargo. Yep. I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely somebody's a gamer.
Facts. Yeah.
So
I like that. That was cool.
He Assassin's Creed's down the wall. Boom, you don't hear him. You start flipping your switches. He pops out. Y'all get into it. This is where the movie got kind of ridiculous for me, but again, plot armor. You pull the switch. Jump releases. It's a circle of the minerals. Right. Right? You think that the alien's gone. Well, the offspring is gone. You start climbing yourself up. Cheesy jump scare. I'm assuming the minerals were spinning so fast it was fucking him up. Because his face was... melting? Yeah. Yeah. Like, the acid blood didn't do that because...
The acid blood she just kicked it to kick... She kicked it not at him, she kicked it to spill the acid out so it would... She
ripped through the hole. Yeah. Yeah, so I was like, cool. Crazy jump scare.
Think about like all the minerals in there, they're probably metals. Yeah. That they're mining from whatever planet, because that's a planet asteroid type thing that they're doing. I think of it like the sandblaster, right? The thing is, but see, then she should technically be affected too. Yes, because her suit. So
that suit should have got grinded to shreds.
Yeah, shredded.
So it grabs your face, tongue comes out, cracks the shielding. Hits it again. He's squeezing.
They're adding panic to the scene.
Right. But with all of that pressure, outer space, him squeezing it, that glass should have broke.
Yeah, I think about that too. Is like one of the things that, again, I'm not an astrophysicist. I'm not a.
You're not a Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Facts. But there's got to be some line from the atmospheric pressure that they have in the ship to space, and it's pulling all of that out, right?
Yes.
So there's got to be a somewhat harmony, so to speak, in a sense where there's more oxygen than space, but less than the normal. So there's
so it's like that middle ground.
Buffer almost, right? Where it's because you see that in the movies. It's the pod bay doors open and they're hanging on. It's how are they still breathing?
Like an Alien 2.
Right.
Aliens.
Yeah. So
we get up, boom. Boss is defeated. She climbs up. She now has Andy in cryo-pod.
Right.
And again, super dope throwback or callback for, I keep hitting the mic, super dope callback. She was sleeping exactly like Ripley.
Yep.
Hand position and everything.
Uh-huh.
And her closing monologue was exactly what Ripley said, just a different year and a different location. And the ship was different.
Yeah.
I thought all that shit was dope for the movie. But this is about to get into my rant, but also the alternate of what could have happened for it. If they would have killed Rain off, they could have just made Andy the hero at that point.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't. Because he's black. Anyway, so this is the real talk with Dawk moment. I said I still don't like Kay lying to Andy, and low-key, she should have missed a limb. That's what we was talking about earlier. But the real talk moment.
Kay, when did Kay lie to Andy?
When, not Kay, fuck the name, Rain lied to Andy.
Yeah, you're good. I remember.
So yeah, I said, if you really take a look at Alien Romulus, this movie is actually about family. Sometimes you're not born with the best family, and sometimes your entire family is no longer a part of your life. But the strands that we build and reinforce with the ones we meet or grow with become our family. Protect the ones you care about, and don't let the ones that may be more like you determine how you treat your day ones. Because the ones that look like you don't always survive or have your best interests at heart. And when you come across those people that aim to cause harm to your day ones, give them that Bjorn treatment and drop the blood on them that's going to burn like acid to those bastards. Bars. Real talk with Dawk.
That was nice.
But ranking 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna align with you on that one. 8.5 out of 10. That was a very good movie.
Only reason it doesn't get a 10 from me is because the Offspring pissed me off. Mm-hmm. The cheesy jump scare at the end pissed me off. And the get away from her, you bitch, pissed me off. Without those three things, it would have definitely been an 8. It would have been a 10.
Yeah. Another callback that I want to make too that I thought was cool. The when they first get into the ship, the cylinder vents that open like the little whoosh, whoosh, like from the original.
Point on that. That was also in Alien Isolation. Yeah. That's how you travel through the ship.
Yeah. So that was dope. Now I wanted to get into, as we mentioned, the how the Predator in the Predator universe, the Predator cinematic universe, xenomorphs are canon.
Yeah,
they're there, but not in the Alien universe. What would be the perfect way to introduce the Predators into the Alien universe without throwing off the fact that, obviously the Predators have been around as long, because in the Predator universe, the Predators have been going back to Earth and doing shit similar to how in Alien the engineers had been that's how they found him in Prometheus. It's they're these tall super beings coming back and pointing us to this constellation, right? So a couple thoughts that I have. If the engineers they called this out in Prometheus, in Alien Covenant. They were in Prometheus. They were on a military installation.
Yes.
So clearly, the engineers have a military.
Yeah.
Why do they have a military?
Because any smart or advanced being, one thing about evolution is you're always going to find a way to protect yourself.
Yeah, true. But they're advanced in what way? Because my thing is, obviously, they're advanced enough to travel through space.
Yes.
Right? But then you go back to their homeworld.
They never showed the homeworld.
They did.
In Prometheus?
No. In Alien Covenant, they went back to the engineers' homeworld. Where they were on LV-246, that's their homeworld.
I didn't know that.
And so when you go there and they show him dropping all the bombs and the engineers, all the engineers running, right?
Haul acid.
Hauling ass, right? They were people, but they looked like they were living somewhat simple-ish lives. Like they didn't have all the technology, and I say technology with technology, not like screens and things like that. So they have a military. So my thought is was that just a military for them protecting themselves against each other, like different factions, like we do, right? We've got the U.S.
I think it was for things outside of their control.
But what things? Because they don't ever talk about no other type of aliens or civilization outside of the xenomorphs.
And I think that's how they can introduce predators.
Right. I think the predators would be... So we know that the engineers made us, so to speak. And in the very first Prometheus, we see that engineer drink the goo on a barren planet. So I think they're using their DNA like that to seed other planets. Which
life. Makes sense because I think that's why, at the end of... Was that Prometheus or was that Covenant?
No, it was the beginning of Prometheus where they show the whole.
No, I mean at the end when he breaks back into the ship and the facehugger gets him.
Oh yeah.
That was Prometheus in the Prometheus, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what laid the foundation of where xenomorphs come from, because the facefuckers, they were doing everything they could to cultivate the aliens.
They didn't have the face fuckers yet. They just had the goo.
Yeah, but
David made the.
But no, remember the end of Prometheus. That's where the face hugger got him.
Right.
And that's where you first saw the xenomorph.
Right. Well, the protomorph was the
protomorph. Yeah, because it was white, not black. Racism. But with that, that's kind of where you see it was something in their engineered DNA.
Right.
That clearly, if I'm populating other planets, that means if a facehugger gets on LV-426, it's something in me that's going to make it come out to still be whatever morph.
Right.
Because protomorph, was there an alpha morph?
Yeah.
Had to be at some point.
Right.
But we haven't explored that yet.
Because the Yautja, right, the predator, they have the little...
Yeah, the spider
face.
mouth.
They look like they could be also similar to a face hugger.
Agreed.
So I don't know. That was just one of my thoughts. Next week.
Wait. Last question.
What?
Would you be able to survive an Aliens movie?
Well, yes. And I say that because
your ass wouldn't be in this situation to begin with.
Not only that, I'm leaving everybody behind.
Willman, hey, if yo motherfuckers ain't back in 30 clicks, I'm out.
Facts.
30 parasites, I'm out.
We're going to dock. We're going to let you off. And then I'm going to...
I'm disconnecting.
Chill from a distance.
When y'all ready, hit me on comms. I'll be back.
I'll be back. I'm going to chill.
So yeah, next week.
We talked about the movie with
Batista.
Yeah, getting out of the horror movies for a bit and maybe jumping into some action. Also next week, y'all get a little surprise that me and Gary have been cooking up since week 2 actually. So we got a change coming.
Oh
yeah. Hold on, what's the name of that movie? I'm looking him up right now. Batista, known for where's the new one upcoming?
It's like Killer List.
The Killer's Game.
I was close.
Hitman is diagnosed with a terminal illness. He decides to take a hit out on himself. But when the very hitmen he hired also target his ex-girlfriend, he must fend off an army of assassin colleagues. That's
going to be a good movie, yo.
Yeah, who's in this? So we've got Dave Bautista, Mia Ruba, Aaron Mate, Sophia Boutella. Oh, Sophia Boutella. Ben Kingsley's in this too.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, Sir Ben Kingsley. Sorry, but yeah, Sophia Boutella. She was in. Did you watch Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon on Netflix? No,
is that the one with the black guy who was he was on his way to the jail to get his cousin out of jail? Is that Rebel Moon?
No, Rebel Ridge. That Rebel Ridge, that's a good fucking movie.
That shit was amazing.
It was amazing. We do one on that.
Yeah,
but no,
I didn't watch Rebel Moon. I'm probably watching it tonight. Then
Rebel Moon it's a two-parter, and I would watch the director's cuts.
Okay,
they're long. Well, you know how Zack Snyder.
The Snyder cuts.
Right. But that is like his. It's his Star Wars, so to speak.
Okay.
So check it out. It's cool. It's very, very much you'll see references to like or similarities, I should say, to like a Dune in a sense of like it's set way in the future.
Okay.
Dune.
I never watched the remakes.
Did you see the original?
Of course, in the original.
Okay. So,
but the remakes, I wanted to watch them, but I kept falling asleep.
No, you got to watch them because Dune 2 is fucking amazing. But you know,
it's just like 5 hours long.
Emperor, right? Or also think like Warhammer, right? In the sense of like Emperor, crazy, you know, like heretical following of the Emperor, and like it's fucking Rebel Moon was actually good. I liked it, but yeah, Sophia Boutella was like the main person.
I think
Rebel
Phil
Moon.
told me about Rebel Moon. I just never got around to watching it.
Yeah, so Killer's Game, we'll watch that. All right. Upcoming and updates. So, have you watched Dandadan yet?
No.
You
I told you.
Shit.
I told you once I finished up, which I did. I finished completely up with The Rookie.
Okay.
Now all of my free time for stuff that's not a series, I can start watching now. So I'm gonna watch Rebel Moon today. I'm off tomorrow. So in between my editing, I'll watch Dandadan. And then probably like Wednesday, Thursday is when I'll watch Killer's Game. Yeah. Yeah, so.
Sounds good.
All animes and stuff, I'm definitely getting caught up on.
Yeah, because Dandadan is fucking great. I've also been watching Ray Zero. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Ray Zero?
Ray Zero.
What is that?
Ray Zero. It's starting life in another world. It's isekai.
Never heard of it.
Subaru Natsuki gets reincarnated, brought into another world, and he's like, he's got his powers, like he starts from, oh God, what do they call it? I'm calling myself a fan of this fucking show, but basically when he dies, he starts over. He respawns, basically.
Okay.
And so, like, the first season is like him figuring out how to, like, you know, watch it. It's fucking great.
What is it on?
Crunchyroll.
Okay. I have the roll of Crunchy.
Stop.
No, I'm
trying to.
We also need to make time we need to see Smile 2.
Yeah.
I heard it was dope. By this time, we probably can just wait for it to hit digital. But what do you think about Venom: The Last Dance?
Hold on.
That's kind of like hot in theaters right now.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's hot in theaters right now.
It should be coming out pretty soon, though, I think.
No, it should just hit theaters like last week. Like last Friday.
It's supposed to be coming out again,
on digital.
Something like that. Okay. Subaru Natsuki, an ordinary high school student, is on his way home from the convenience store when he finds himself transported to another world. As he's lost and confused in a new world where he doesn't even know left from right, the only person to reach out to him was a beautiful girl with silver hair. Determined to repay her somehow for saving him from his own despair, Subaru agrees to help the girl find something she's looking for. Subaru. Like
the car?
Like the car.
Fuck.
Subaru Natsuki. Great
Subaru Natsuki.
Well, and then, yeah, Shangri-La Frontier, that's still going off good.
Yep.
Season 2's good. Dragon Ball Daima and Dragon Ball Fat. We finally get to see Goku kick some ass in the last episode.
Whose ass is he kicking?
These aliens are demons in the demon realm.
Okay.
But yeah, so...
Is it still orange and blue gi Goku, or is it like the blue and gold?
Orange and blue gi.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not Dragon Ball GT.
Okay. I fuck with the Dragon Ball GT getup though.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball GT get up was dope. I'm
a
little sad that was non-canon.
Canon.
But, no complaints here.
Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. I'm looking forward to this new action movie and getting out of the horror stuff because Aliens is probably one of my favorite horror series. But,
also, because you're a scared little boy.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it. Fucking horror movies get me, man. I've got an overactive imagination. It makes me hard to fall asleep.
Yeah, that's it.
Follow, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be a bitch.
Tell your friends about us. See y'all next week. Deuce.
Love you. Bye.
From Reels to Rants podcast.